All right. There's nothing going on. You can stop that, okay? Because we got a echo. I think there's an echo somewhere.
We're working on this for so long. Where's it coming from?
Where's it coming from? Wait. No, I don't. Oh, I know where it's coming from. If we got a one. Waiting for it.
Not fun if it's not broken.
It's just echoing to us, I think. And then, hey, we got to welcome back to the Truthercast. Oh, the Truthercast. Can we please take your truth order? We are here to just not be two other dudes complaining on the old internet with a half-assed podcast that, needs a producer, But, we're here to help you build a better news feed, folks. So if you're not familiar with the show, stay tuned because we're going to go through the alternate conspiracy theory, the citizen journalist, the independent journalist news feed from the mass dash of Insights Locals community. And we're going to, just show you some interesting things because if you are a, returning follower, a, Truthercast loyalist here, you know what we're talking about this week, baby. We're talking about the USAID in that whack-a-noodle corrupt organization of craziness and fraudulence money spending.
All that laundromat shit happening.
Yeah, dude, absolutely insane laundromat happening. So make sure to, join us. Sign up for the Rumble if you haven't got an account yet. All you got to do is pick on the Google account thingy, and you don't need to make a whole new username and password. You just use your Google name to log in. It's super duper easy. And then that way you could hit the like thing for us. That would be cool. Follow if you haven't yet. You'll get notified when we go live next Monday. Usually it's 7 o'clock-ish, but, hey, it's 8 o'clock here. We tried to fix the audio again, so please let me know if the audio is no good or if it's really good, if it's bigly good, if it's pretty good, Oh, you could hear the echo. Okay.
Yeah.
Is the echo gone now?
Apparently it's gone, yes. Wilkinsane is in the chat already.
Wilkinsane in the chat. Happy birthday to the Wilkinsane. We got a mega happy birthday. We would like to thank you for tuning in.
I had a whole comment written out saying it, but it just said I had to verify my account to say it, even though...
why?
Yeah, Rumble, what is up with you? Come on now.
You and Dieter get that. I don't know why I don't get that one.
I don't know. Maybe because I don't have like an account with videos on it. Maybe they treat it differently, those who produce and those who just participate.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, that's a backdoor rule.
Me and Wilkinsane have been practicing for this episode because we're talking a lot about USAID. So if you're not familiar, it's not called USAID. That's how it's like colored in all of the promotional materials and their signage. And that's how like everybody says it, because you usually figure out a way to say an acronym, right?
Yeah.
But it's an acronym.
They're
and it doesn't stand for
They can
United States Aid either. So it's United States Agency of International Development.
Oh, I was thinking it was going to be USAID's, kind of like Jared from South Park when he wanted to give everybody AIDS. He thought everybody should have AIDS.
Well,
and they're like, whoa, we don't want no AIDS. And then they realize it's his helpers.
Fauci, everything's AIDS,
Yeah. I just call it USAID.
Right.
That's how I see it. I see USAID.
You said what?
Oh, what?
So, you said is giving everyone money except Americans, which, it's an international development organization, so it makes sense. However, I lied because they're giving Politico money, and then not just Politico, but 6,000 different news organizations money. I think we found the funding for Project Mockingbird, folks.
Quite possibly. That's sounding at least like a big chunk of it.
And if you're a fellow tinfoil hatter, then you know what Project Mockingbird is. If you're not, essentially, it's a non-debatable conspiracy theory, a.k.a. fact, of the United States government, like what, FBI or CIA? I forget which one technically.
Right? Can we just make that a popular thing now? Conspiracy fact?
That's
what it's been over the last 4 years. Like just conspiracy turned to fact, conspiracy turned to fact, conspiracy turned to fact. Just like every day it was Groundhog Day of like, oh hey, look, what people were speculating might look away like, oh no, you're just overthinking it. You're just being a Karen in the like political world. No, I've looked into things and I can put the puzzle pieces together.
I make puzzle pieces go together.
Puzzle pieces go together. Puzzles and yes, unlike AIDS.
No, I agree. Wilkinson says USAID might be curable. AIDS, questionable. But just like cancer, we got the cure for AIDS, right? Magic Johnson did it.
Money. Whole lot of money. And it's weird because the cure for cancer is actually the opposite of money, but having the cure doesn't let money come into the situation. Hence, it can't be a cure.
Complicated.
Yeah.
And then you still brought up butts, so.
I did. Man, my subconscious is good.
He said bud. All right, folks. Well, the way to make sure that you can help us, be here next week is to make sure to check out those link thingies down below. If you got a computer, check out that signup.talaretech.com because me, Scott, your new tech guy, has got a company called Revival Tech, and I would love to help protect your computer and give you some tech support. I can help you out remotely, but, it's even better if you're in the area. You can come on into the shop and meet me, face-to-face like a human. But I got a program called Tolerate Tech, and you should definitely click on that signup.toleratetech down below. And then if you got a business, check out Scalar Toolbox. I've been helping out a lot of small businesses get their digital sales systems figured out. So, hey, maybe I could help you out. And it's even better if you got a like-minded IT guy. I don't know if you've, figured this out yet, but hard to find a like-minded IT guy, man. A lot of them are kind of in the middle to wokey. It's crazy. But
so they get all their training from the programs that were built in Silicon Valley that are kind of bought and owned by a lot of left type stuff.
I think we've always been kind of libertarian, but then, because of the internet chat, they lean slight lefty.
Right. It's a Rumble heard me. That was quick. All of a sudden I can comment. I didn't have to verify.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but
just glitching.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
It said you're too early. No comment for you.
Hey Wilkinson, how does the audio sound? We put too much time into the audio again. And I think the answer is we need better microphones, but this is another take at the audio, so
yeah, figuring we just don't know what we're doing in the settings and run in circles, and then we're gonna get new mics, and then it's gonna be like, oh, look at it, sounds totally great.
Yeah,
wow,
I guarantee
we're trying to polish turds over here.
And then the free way to make sure that you help us keep the lights on around here. Dan loves telling you.
You use your finger or the mouse, whatever platform you're on, and there's this share option. You're going to want to hover over that, and then you're going to want to give yourself a deep thought on how you're not a hoe, and then you're going to share the show. Share it out to wherever you feel comfortable but even if you share it to just one person, that could, if everybody watching does that could double the viewership for next time.
Woohoo!
Yeah, compounding interest.
Amen.
One of the, the eighth wonder of the world that, what's the brainiac Einstein said? He's seventh or eighth wonder of the world, compounded interest.
I think it goes something like, we might be able to spread like COVID.
Ooh, I feel like that was something Fauci would have said.
If everybody just, listen to the science, this information would spread like, COVID vaccine.
If you get your booster, everybody will have COVID. It'd be great. I mean, wait, that's not what I meant to say. I said the quiet part out loud. I wasn't supposed to say it.
I gotta listen to more Fauci because it just blurs into a Trump.
Yeah. A lot of them are they just kind of, if you get a little too into one.
But they're both like New Yorkie Jersey accents, though.
And then like somehow Tate comes in there, like they all just blend into one Aussie Brit.
Yeah, dude. Tate's accent is wild. I don't understand how that's British.
Can't keep the Aussie and the Tate separatized for whatever reason.
As long as you can keep the Aussie and the Taint separated.
Hey,
gonna have a good deal.
Giggity.
All right, thanks Wilkinson for checking on that audio. It's not echoing. Hopefully it's loud enough and clear enough, and it's not like rasping out, like peaking. We call it in the biz. Hopefully it's not doing none of that bullshit. But hey, you can definitely join us in the locals community throughout the week. It's broken because it's more fun that way, folks. So let me fix it here for you.
And get it up in the window.
Not that one.
It's an empty window. It's a filled window. Not the right window.
Oh, I think it's this one.
Oh, all right. We're not going to get stalking charges looking in the wrong window anymore. Sweet.
Yeah, thank goodness. Luckily, you don't have anything weird up. But, you can definitely go to that locals.mastache.com. If you're typing it in, that's 3 S's in a row, 4 in the whole word. But the easy peasy way is to just go in that little, description link box down below and click on the locals.mastache.com. And you can join there for free. It's 100% free. You can use your Rumble account that you just made, so you don't got to make another email username, password debacle. But you join us here and free gets you following along. If you would like to post, a comment of your thoughts, opinions, or maybe your informational tidbits throughout the week, if you would like to join in on the curation of information, oh, this is a good one. Might have to just start with this. All you got to do is sign up for the, premium squad, but make sure to save yourself $1. Use Better Newsfeed for the promo code and save yourself a few dollars there, a few dollars. And, we're going to go ahead and sum up last week for you, but this is a good one because I feel like this is the state of the world currently in reality and what we've been dreaming for.
Political party. The Democratic Party have lied to us about everything. They've lied about being the party of the middle class. They've lied about being the party of peace. They've lied about being the party that wants to help poor people. Okay? What the last several weeks have proven to us all is that this is a cadre of criminals and losers and spoiled children of affluent parents who were more concerned about looking good than actually doing good. These are people who were more concerned about looking like they were doing something for the American people than actually doing things for the American people. And that's why I'm so angry. Because this party lied to me while stealing my tax dollars. The Democratic Party lied to us all while they brought in millions of illegal immigrants for their own political purposes for the last 4 years. 20 to 30 million illegal aliens brought in, and now we come to USAID being probably the largest money laundering operation in American history. Congratulations, Dems. You've outdone even Bernie Madoff. I'm disgusted beyond words. Disgusted with.
I mean, I feel like the culture's a changing, man.
Dude, I want to make a comment. The first thing, like, he's got to be mad because I would at least wait probably the other maybe half-hour train ride, like mustering my thoughts before going home, and then like taking the video. This dude's like either
stewing.
He's just on the street, like in front of somebody's shop, maybe his own shop. Like I don't know if he's got it, but he's just like on the random sidewalk. People are just walking by, and he's just making this video.
Yeah,
like, I would really be.
You gotta get it off your chest.
He's gotta be angry. Like I can't wait another minute.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't care about all the street noise in the back, the trains and all that. Like, nope, I'm making this video now. They can't wait because they gotta know how bad they're getting it. How bad they're getting, Fugazi'd on the back end of things. And it sounds so good. Yes, let's get money over there. Like, it's going to so many causes. Like, yeah, it looks like the money goes there. But in reality, there's like a backline pipe that sucks all the money out and puts it right into the back pockets of all these people that are voting on it and know about it and have leverage on the other. It's mostly they got ties and leverages in on the other side, which is sometimes other countries, well, normally the other countries where we're sending money for aid. And then guess what? who the heck, like, we see all the news from here, but, like, do we see everything that's posted in China? No, because they control a lot of that data China doesn't want video from inside of China getting out to the rest of the world that much, like certain stuff. So how are they not going to do the same thing?
Yeah, no shoot, man. 100%.
But yeah, he definitely had to be angry. I couldn't. I don't know if I could take such a selfie video on the street. But I have to also give that man a props, because him being that angry, he like, looking at him, you wouldn't just think he's that angry. He's keeping it inside.
Well,
he's not letting it vent so much, which I could not. If I was an, I could not contain it like that.
If you made videos like that,
like,
you could post them to the locals feed.
Right? Yeah.
At locals.mass-.com. Yeah. Screw it.
Then I definitely got to keep showing up on Monday, because I ain't ever going to get a...
Just let the cows in the background go, and no big deal, bro.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cows would be a good audience, actually.
So I hit the button that says, hey, screw it, give me the new UI, and okay. Just like Rumble's alt text, so hey, they're trying to catch up a little.
Whoa.
Locals just upgraded, and this looks like a legitimate freaking social media now.
That's quite a different
that's
feeling
different.
look.
Yeah.
Whole new look and feel.
I might need to like
a new car.
I might need to change how the screen looks, folks. Yeah, you know, like normal people wouldn't do this stuff live, but I just think it's fun when we break things.
It just shows. It just shows how we're not big into fabricating things we put on here. We're just trying to show you how we figure things out, and how you can go figure the truth out all by yourself, doing things, clicking stuff, listening to videos.
And it's also like, I like to show you how fast I can help you with your tech. Because, we can figure it out live on the Truth-a-Cast.
Wait, go back down a little bit to my post that apparently the video
from last week?
Yeah, look at that. They're taking it down. What a surprise.
Yeah.
I don't even remember which one it was exactly.
Good old
at this point.
YouTube. Hey, we've only had one taken down on YouTube so far. We're staying alive.
I don't know about you, but them taking down videos that seem to show their flaws seems a little utopianistic.
I mean,
a little bit of playing the one side. They're all up in arms on Elon, with how X is supposed to be about free speech, and then he kind of like might have made some rules where like wasn't exactly like totally full and ever let everybody say exactly what they wanted to. But, YouTube doesn't either, so y'all can point the finger, but y'all are the prime perpetrators of we will let you see what we want you to see.
Well, YouTube hasn't said that they're going to be good boys yet, so, it's just Facebook,
Well, for the people that don't realize.
Is this another YouTube block?
A lot of people go, YouTube's big. How could they, like, have censorship and this and that? They're like a big company. How would they be able to do it? Like, you don't understand how the game is.
Here's a good one for you. Talking about that concept. Hey, they're the big guy. They're the authority. How could they have censorship? That assumption thing, right?
Yeah.
So everybody right now is screaming. We didn't even like get this started, but if you don't know, the USAID is a big thing. If you're not a news watcher and you're here, that's like everything. But most people at least see some of the news. So the mainstream media news now, like Alex Jones called first, which it's a duh. So anybody could have said this, but he said it first. As soon as Trump got elected, bro, number one is now Elon Musk. Number two is going to be J.D. Vance. And number three is Trump. Trump's not that much of a hitman no more or he's not the one to be hit.
They feel like they've put in enough work of Orange Man Bad, and everybody's already got their syndrome.
He's like, soon as he's done with this presidency, he's yesterday's news, right? Which, hoping to God, he still has a high end.
Right, so they got to start investing into the only ones that could be the possible next on the chopping block.
Try and character assassinate them, right? So it's
trying to get ahead of the game to make these people hate these people for their next term.
All week,
it's possible.
Elon Musk is bad. Elon Musk is stupid. His kids are stupid. None of them are smart. Oh my God, I got a video I can't wait to get to on that one, right? So then my concept that blows my mind, though, is all of them are saying, like, all the mainstream mouthpieces that are like, evil Trump man orange is bad, they're repeating the Mockingbird line, bro. The Project Mockingbird line is, Elon Musk, what he is doing is not legal. What he is doing is not legal. He's looking at your taxes. He's looking at your Social Security, like making up a whole bunch of shit that literally Elon's not doing any of this work, by the way.
Yeah,
Elon's so the hierarchy where, like everybody here is pretty smart. So you got to tell your friend, like, this is how the hierarchy works. Trump is busy. He hired Elon. Elon is busy. He hires savants. Savants do work. Tell Elon. Elon think, should I tell this to Trump? And then tells it to Trump, right?
AKA savants, you may have heard them by different terms from the media, as in the creepy young white kids that Elon has working for him. Or just creepy young kids. I've heard the specifically creepy young white guys working for him. It is, why are they sure just, they're so hypocritical. They're so first to call people names and character attack.
Right.
And then
they keep saying what he's doing is not legal. Oh my gosh, he's doing this and this and this. Be scared. Now the point here is
always fear mongering.
How does the United States work, Dan? Is it based on what is legal?
I mean, at least somewhat.
So you're like a big Constitution-y American guy, right? Think about this good. How does America work? Is living in America based on what's legal? Think like autistic technical answer here. How does the Constitution work? Does the Constitution tell you what's legal?
It tells you more like guidelines to stand by.
So what I'm looking for here, survey says,
like some
tells
moral sideline.
It tells you what's illegal. So how the law and how America works is you can do whatever the F you want. Oh, no, you killed a guy? That's illegal. Okay, you can do anything else. Oh, no, you robbed somebody's money? No, that's illegal. Okay, you do anything else. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, damn, that's a really good point. So it's really interesting that all of these, the mainstream media, the libtards, they're pushing this propaganda system of thinking, what did the authorities say I can do, as opposed to, oh, there's something that we collectively have said that's wrong. So they're all saying, is what Elon and Trump are doing legal? Is that what the good daddy government said we could do? As opposed to, oh, we actually got together and there's a law that says this certain thing he's doing is illegal. And I was like, damn, that's a really good concept. I think that's a great argument if you're talking to somebody and you're looking for some mind bullets on, like, hey, how you're being irrational. Like, what is legal is not the question. Is it, what is Elon doing that's illegal?
Yeah, that's
actually how America works.
That's pretty good. Yeah, we've always been about bending the rules a little bit. Like, as long as it's not illegal, it should be up for being legal. As long as it's not specifically stated as illegal, yeah, you should be able to do it. But and that's why I was saying, like, the Constitution's like the moral guideline.
Absolutely.
It's basically like having ethics for a free man.
Well, it's because usually the things that are illegal are the edges, and then so those just get closer and closer over time.
Right.
The more
that'd probably be a good way to metaphor. Yes,
and that's why you say you outline it, or it's a framework, because you can play within a guideline, a framework.
Yeah. Back in the day, guess what? Like, yeah, we don't want to get deep into the whole India topic and how we colonize America, but it wasn't illegal. There was no law saying you couldn't do what we did. Back then, everybody was trying to find more land. Right. And so we found better. Well, the Indian people didn't have laws to say we were breaking on their land. They weren't that sophisticated yet. Which
maybe they had their own laws and we just didn't listen or understand them, so maybe we're rude saying that.
And so that's where people are going to be like, yeah, so you just take that as an advantage to go desecrate a nation. We kind of desecrated them, but you know why? Because they were desecrating our people. We were trying to basically hey, yo, look, there's too many people over there. We trying to find some better stuff over here. Like let's work together.
Yeah,
And then in the middle of the night, they'd break into our tents and cut our scalps off. So, and then also what they did to other Indian tribes was even way more horrific.
Yeah.
Like they were all fighting amongst each other before that. So honestly, we kind of went, hey, this is a good piece of land right here. We want to do good things with it, but we don't want to have to be worried about you coming in and killing us or killing anybody else that's in the area and doing things like cut it out. And they're like, we will understand your language and learn it. And then guess what? So we can communicate. Just to tell you, we're not going to cut it out. And it's like,
that's
okay, so like you kind of tying my hands here. I'm trying to be nice. Like we trying to all excel. And then they go, arrow to your face. It's like, oh, well, I mean, turn another cheek, but guess what? I can only turn another cheek if I survive another day, which now I have 10 other people want to shoot arrows at me. And me and the boys are going to have to do some things about that.
That's where Trail of Tears is a messed up story, but then we had to be like, hey, you're all a little crazy. You're going to go into your playpen of the reserve land. It's like...
Stay to your ball pits.
Yeah, dude.
You guys got the ball pits. You got like the best thing in every once in a while you lose a kid, but it's for the most part the funnest place in the area.
Right.
Ain't that weird? Kids get suffocate in ball pits. That's just has been so that's such a weird thing. Well, like it's not. There's really like that little air down in there. Like there's still gas between all the balls. I don't get it. I think the kid hyperventilates, passes out, and then basically gets trampled by other kids jumping around the ball pit.
Yeah.
That's my theory on it. But, I wasn't there to do the autopsy, so they're probably right on the the no oxygen. What if kids are killers, dude? What if some kids are like Jeffrey Dahmers from 7 years old and they're going underneath the ball kids just to strangle some other kid? They're like, the balls! He suffocated the balls! All right. Wild what if tangents. All right, let's get into some actual things that have happened because we all got things to do, birthdays to be celebrated and whatnot.
Whoop, whoop.
We were talking in the beginning of the show if maybe having a speed walking type themed show might be something to be had at a point.
And we definitely do because there's a lot of stupid USAID. Here's this little one, that little one, this little ones to go through. So
all right, guys.
Right here.
We old and we at the mall. We gonna speed walk through this together. We gonna have a whole good exercise and get a whole lot done.
So this first
in a shorter amount of time.
This first one was the day after the show, and I was like, damn, we mentioned that USAID thing, but this seems like it's starting to pop off a little bit. So it was $1.1 billion was spent on a port and power plant project promoted by President Clinton in Haiti. And this was all like all the way back to then, like USAID. And so the stuff they're talking about now is just like current, but this has been going on for like quite some time, bro. Like this is like absolutely crazy.
A buddy reminded me of and I hate it because it's JFK, but at the same time, it is an important part of our history. Remember when we were having the space race?
Uh-huh.
So do you remember how we tried beating everybody in the space race?
Of course.
So Yugoslavia, they had their rocket program going on. They seemed to be doing better than we were, but they ran out of funding to be able to like actually make it happen. So JFK talked with Tito over in Yugoslavia, like, hey, let me buy everything you got going in the program because we got the funding. I'm gonna buy what you know, so then we can continue the project since you just don't have the funding to do it. And the money he spent on it back then was like, I don't know if it was in today's money value worth or if it was actually that many dollars back then, but it was like damn near $1 trillion.
Interesting.
Were people up in arms? And that's actually one of the said suspicions on why he got whacked.
Yeah.
Because they were like, dude, you took out way too much money. Like, no. And so just like the mafia would be like, you're just never going to be able to pay it back. I don't even want to deal with this.
And then he was like, gold-backed money. And they were like, oh, no, we're definitely whacking you.
Which is probably because if you thought about it, back then, even back then, like today, we can see how it would have worked. But even back then, somebody probably was like, "Whoa, no, he's got a point," and actually, it's going to show the people way too much power that you could do with actual gold-backed money still. And yeah.
So this is a great example here, folks, of why you definitely got to go, make your account and download that appy for the locals community, because the other thing we are all about here on the Truthercast is having receipts. So when you're talking to your friends, family, or debatable foes, you can pull these up nice and easy, because this locals community acts as like a non-big tech censored kind of search feed, so you can just come here and search for thingies, or scroll back real quick to one you saw or heard on the show listening, so that you can share that over and prove the point you're making. Because, man, talking to these, libtards here about USAID, God bless if it's not handy dandy to pull these up and share it on over in that post I'm making, or maybe a comment, or maybe a direct message or something like that. But this post continues to point out $2.5 million to DEI in Serbia. So we're paying for DEI in all these other places around the world. That's ridiculous. 70 grand to Irish DEI musicals. 47,000 on transgender operas in Colombia. 32 grand on trans comic book in Peru. Like, bro, can I get 32K to make a comic book, dog? Like, let's make one about effing America here. Like, God bless.
Well, we could make a Trump comic book.
Amen,
that
man.
thing would make some money.
I'm going to call it Orange Man Good. Egypt and Tunisia, if you're Graham Hancock, you would call it Tunisia. 56 million for tourism. So we're going to help them out with tourism. Okay. I mean, we're just spreading the love here, folks.
Is that what, or were they giving that money to people in the United States who wanted tourists to there?
Bruh, all I know,
I'm trying to go to Egypt. If they gonna buy me a plane ticket, I'm gonna go.
All I know is that 50 grand for condoms in Gaza, bro.
It was $50 million.
No, it was million.
50 million.
I thought it was like 50,000. I was like, there's no way it's million.
I don't think we would have, because honestly, 50 grand, I mean, it still is like not good spent. Well, if it was 50 grand, you know what? As a collective
Google pulls it up.
Payer database, like collectively,
it's 50 million, bro. Oh, fact check. We got a CNN fact check here.
But I would, as a taxpayer, be in for that, because that's a collective as our nation. So, I will pay my part, and everybody else will pay their like $2.
Hold on.
Out of the whole year, so some people in Gaza can maybe not get STDs.
Show me the invoice for the condoms.
Right.
So my point here is these condoms did not get purchased. They did not go to Gaza. It was just pocketed money, folks, because the list of all this bullshit that we just talked about 5 so far in the show. If you're here
last week,
here,
you heard about the program for coordinating high fives, the program for measuring puddles, the program for balloon animal making.
Bro, another sick one I heard. They had a whole that we were USAID funding transgender studies on rats. So we had lab rats that they were mutilating the genitalia of, and also giving medication to, and then studying their mental stability and their fertility.
You know what?
Transgender rat mice, bro.
You know what?
That's insanity.
Where is the movie?
God bless.
Planet of the Rats. Okay, we have Planet of the Apes, because we kind of the whole thing was we kind of took over the world and didn't leave them a spot. Honestly, where's the Planet of the Rats? Because what we have done to these poor rats over all these decades, they've been our experiment thing every time. They've been our guinea pig for whatever vessel we wanted to test. If anybody's pissed off and wants to get after us, it's rats,
shit,
right? It ain't gonna be the cockroaches. The rats are gonna start cyborging up, and they're just gonna start taking us out.
Right. Luckily, they're farther away from sentience, right?
Maybe. Who knows? If you watch South Park, Lemmy Winks and WikiLeaks were pretty.
Credit where credit's due. Mr. Senator Bill Cassidy was the Republican Louisianian from a person from Louisiana, He was the key flip here to get RFK Jr. approved for the from the finance committee of the Senate. So he went further to be like, I don't know if he got 100% locked in yet. I think.
Who, RFK Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not totally
I know
sure
he got
if
approved as a
he's,
finance
if he's
one.
like all the way in yet or there.
Pam Bondi's 100%
still...
in. She's locked in. She's full attorneys general. Bang, bang. And her first thing, bro, was like, she said something about the Epstein list, bro, and everybody's melting their mind down.
Ooh. I have a feeling there's going to be some suspicious deaths upcoming.
Here's the TLDR on why the dirty Democrats and the deep state aligned rhinos, ... Is this a...
What do they do?
Who is that one?
Salty
It
goat.
was USAID that I fear much more than the CIA, because the USAID is how CIA gets shit done.
Oh, yeah, dude. This guy was going all over doing podcasts. I forget his name, dude, but he's banger. Yeah, listen to this one.
USAID is clearly in the job of trying to bring about regime change. It has secret bank accounts, shell companies.
USAID gets $50 billion a year in U.S. taxpayer money. That's a larger overt fund than the CIA has.
USAID perhaps is the...
Huh?
Well, okay.
Make it make sense, Dan. Make it make sense, man.
That's because when it's on paper, there's no way the CIA's only get. They're Doge can do what they gonna do, but the CIA, I am sorry, like Elon, you smart and everything, but you dealing with the CIA here. There's gonna be all these. They got so much money coming in, but you won't even be able to find the wires that it's coming in on. Probably
that's where the missing Pentagon money goes, right?
Right, yeah, they're like,
like the black water off the boogies, alien shit, they
got some accounts that nobody's ever gonna know unless you're the actual head of the CIA how the heck that money comes in there.
new CIA.
Have we ever tried to meddle in other countries' elections?
Oh, probably. This is not just about over there. This is about here.
They have a process, a system by which they destroy other nations, and they use that same process and system in order to destroy the United States.
It's a plot against our own people.
America, what if I told you that the United States government was acting like the world's Gestapo, using organizations like USAID under the...
All of us longtime truthers are like, this is a good one to share to like a middle folk person, dog. That's been slowly waking up since COVID.
They're sitting a lazy boy, sipping their coffee or beer, like, where the f- this guy been the last 2 decades? 3, 4, man.
Like, this is a good one to share over to your middle of the roader that's starting to wake up the last couple of years, man.
pretense of humanitarian aid to topple governments, install politicians, and orchestrate regime changes in third world countries.
I disagree with that as somebody who has helped plan coup d'etat. Yeah. Not here, but, other places.
These are places that are practically entirely run at this point by the CIA.
Definitely not here, but
I like how he said, like, come on, y'all know, like, don't kid yourselves, like, it ain't conspiracy. That's what he's saying, like, oh, man.
Economical hitman, if you're an old schooler, man. You remember that Zeitgeist movie. And then the guy's he's been modern day doing some podcasts, but...
CIA and the U.S. State Department, which is, of course, a CIA front.
USAID provides most of the money.
This isn't a giveaway.
The State Department provides the policy vision.
This makes a difference to people's perception of us. Tricky endeavors, whether it's fighting terrorism,
Al-Shabaab groups in USAID camps,
or narcotics.
What, dude?
Did he say Al-Shabaab? Makes me hungry.
These terrorists.
It makes me hungry for some kebabs right now.
Did you see these screenshots going around? These were getting shared around everywhere. These terrorists taking pictures, and it's got the USAID, banners behind them, So, did they send that over? Did they just, rob the guys that were hanging out at the, USAID joint?
Yeah,
but that is
was that left behind when we took off from Afghanistan?
But it's not a good look for this situation
definitely not a good look for USAID.
In USAID camps.
Or narcotics.
Joe Biden's State Department is commanding the Taliban to keep the opium flowing.
Or oppression or resistance to governance.
Those USAID trucks were stopped at the border to Venezuela with fully automatic weapons.
All of those things.
I don't think that's humanitarian aid.
What a difference that makes.
And if we stand for democracy anywhere, we have to stand for it everywhere, including in Guatemala.
Guatemala. What if I told you that USAID, the State Department, and the CIA created a fraudulent political party and then used that illegitimate party to rig the 2023 Guatemalan election so they could install a list of CIA-controlled politicians who would continue to allow them to run the world's largest child trafficking network out of Guatemala?
Nothing to do with that.
Wait, we've also been trying to get awareness for this for decades. Oh, dude, this is fantastic. I've been like, oh, thank you, Jesus, this week, bro.
Correlation, not causation. That is absurd.
They didn't deny it, which means that they admitted it.
This is no question, a political shocker in Guatemala.
The U.S. government, the Biden administration, helped cover up voter fraud.
Why Guatemala? Why not some other country?
Guatemala is concerned about child trafficking, the NGOs that are trafficking the children.
Jill Biden was the chairman of the board of Save the Children.
You guys just raided Save the Children.
Guess who stepped in? The State Department, U.S. Embassy, and USAID. Another coincidence?
America. What if I told you that DHS, under the direct orders of Alejandro Mayorkas, would create a public-private partnership with Mexican cartels, and that HHS, under the direct orders of Xavier Becerra, would create a public-private partnership with NGOs like Save the Children and Southwest Key Programs. And in this quasi-public-private partnership, they would use your tax dollars to fund the world's largest international child trafficking operation.
As to whom we know where they are, that is outside the responsibility of the Department of Homeland Security.
This is nothing but lies. Nothing but lies.
Secretary Mayorkas, he acts like none of this ever happens.
It's his policies that caused over 500,000 of children being smuggled in this country.
And he also knew who to blame.
HHS places those children.
That's on you.
Was that a question to me?
Are you familiar with the sponsors that utilize a strip club as an address? You shrug your shoulders and then send another batch of...
Bruh, this is a really good one. They really clipped this all together good. This is a good share out, man. This is like all the shit that we've been trying to bring awareness to for decades.
If you're looking to do any volunteer community help work, hit us up, edit a few of our videos, whoever edited it.
God bless.
Because I know you're totally watching this program right now.
Well, hey man, if you're trying to get good at editing and you want to practice on a truth bringing show, definitely get a hold of us.
Yeah.
They also are connected to funding the straight up SARS-CoV-2 virus, bro.
Oh, so they're part of the
what?
What's that? Dang it, what's it called? The
conspiracy theory?
What was the COVID-19 supposed to be? Gain of function research.
Stuff? Yeah.
So they were also in gain of function research.
Basically, it was just a slush fund, bro. This was just what they funneled the money through to do whatever the hell they were aiming for, right? So we literally have now USAID project connections to the whole damn thing. Carried out in 30 countries around the globe and was supposed to be the means of preemptively stopping the pandemics from the zoonotic diseases jumping from animal to human. The concept was artificially induced evolution, or I hate when it changes the
or enhance
of
the
paragraph.
functions of naturally existing pathogens like bird flu and bat coronaviruses.
Yeah.
Study them and have vaccines prepared should one of these viruses mutate in the wild and jump to humans.
And then, what's the thing we're talking about now? Bird flu? What a coinky dink.
Oh, dude, I feel like people just forget about we had the bird flu pandemic when I was 15 or 12 or we've had bird flu before,
right?
But at least a couple times.
But now it's directed evolution bird flu, homie. So it's probably going to be XYZ worser.
Man, or do we just got to take everything with wings out of the? It seems like everything with wings is where. Oh wait, mad cow disease. They don't have wings.
Well,
but all cows are mad at one point.
I still am shocked about how that. Do you remember how that one was even a thing? What caused it?
I don't remember the specifics on it now.
Dude, the farmers were feeding the dead, sick cows back to the cows. And the cows...
Ain't nothing can go to... You don't want anything to go to waste as much as you can, but cows are not carnivores.
But you can't cannibalize your own species, so you're not supposed to eat the same spinal tissue or something. So because they were eating that, it was giving them the cannibal sickness, which then, because it happened to be with cows, they just coined mad cow disease. but it was essentially cannibalism disease. Messed up.
Well, I mean, cows only have so many cells firing, and it's basically, I gotta poop, I gotta pee, and I gotta eat.
Maslow.
And
Hierarchy
so
needs.
if they get you, whatever you're feeding them, and they know is like the thing they can munch on, guess what they're gonna continue to do?
Oh, yeah.
Munch on that.
All animals eat
and
their
if
own
they
animals.
eat the, not all animals eat their own.
Like a
I
lot.
think. A lot, yeah. Not all, but quite a few.
So these project
Still food.
partners of this USAID were also Eco Health Alliance, which we know about because of COVID, UC Davis, and then Meta Biauda, which had to do with Hunter Biden, Wildlife Conservation Society, and Smithsonian Institute. So that's where this is difficult when I got to argue with lefty news, listen to only kind of people, because all of these names of these things sound good. USAID, that sounds good. Wildlife Conservation Society, that sounds good. World Economic Forum or World, what is it? The WHO.
The World Health Organization.
Yeah, that sounds good. Paris Accord
World
Treaty.
Economic Forum.
God, they all sound so good, but yeah, they're not. Sorry.
That's why you can't just read or judge a book by its cover. You got to look into what's on the
Or
inside.
live your life on the freaking headlines, bro. You got to get some insights, man.
Right.
Okay, yeah. So this one killed me, bro. So I don't know if I have the AOC video because I don't even want to listen to it because it's just cringe, right? Like, God bless. Okay, I think this is the video of the kid. So Elon's 4 horsemen to bring the USAID Armageddon here, right? So AOC puts out a little post and she's like, Elon's just like the stupidest person I've ever known. Oh my God,
that
he's so
one.
stupid. Oh, it's so dumb. And he hired like a 19-year-old kid
And
that has like
that's where I got his creepy young guys working for him.
Yeah, they're calling him autistic and trying to poo-poo him and oh, they're so stupid. They couldn't possibly ever do anything.
The
and
not hurt feelings party is really not trying to hurt feelings right now.
And it's very dangerous that they have access to the USAID information, which it's USAID, bro. It's not like
dangerous because I'm going to get locked up. You don't want me to get locked up. I'm just like AOC, right?
it's not like the Social Security Department. They're trying to say they got access to all of our health data and financial data.
Yeah.
So
they acting like basically he's got your phone in his hands. He's like, oh, let's go through the album. Let's go see who you texted.
So one of the 4 horsemen of the USAID apocalypse is Luke Fariator. Luke.
Probably
So this guy Luke, bro, check out this guy Luke. Are you ready for this guy Luke? Tell me if you think this guy can read a financial ledger.
Yep. I see it. This is a good kid.
If you haven't seen this is amazing.
So I've always been interested in history. Growing up, I learned Latin. I was never that good at it, but I was always kind of into that sort of stuff, read a lot about the Roman Empire and things. And one day I was just listening to a podcast back in March. It was with Nat Friedman. He just kind of got on the podcast, explained there are these burnt up scrolls that were buried in the Pompeii eruption. No one knows how to read them. But some professors have created CT scans of these scrolls, and they uploaded the data on the internet as a competition to see who could find writing inside of these scrolls. And when I heard that, I was just immediately like, oh my goodness, this is such a cool project. I have to work on this. I just went home from work that day at the end of the day, and I've been working on it evenings and weekends ever since. I run most of the things from my laptop. It's just a normal MacBook, don't worry. But then I've just got 5 surplus computers in here. This is what I do most of my work from. The Rake School and just the University of Nebraska as a whole has provided a great educational background
brother.
where I can then, take these skills that I've learned and apply them to problems like this. I just spend hours upon hours staring at flattened pieces of the scroll like this, trying to find these patterns which are part of the writing. At the start of the challenge, we had not been able to find any writing at all within these scrolls. There are hundreds of these scrolls that are from the mansion. We've scanned a couple of them, and no one had been able to find any writing in them using these methods. Late one Saturday night, I was sitting at a party at a friend's house in Omaha, and I get a text from another person on the challenge team, and he says, hey, I've just uploaded this new kind of piece of the scroll. You should take a look at it. I remotely access my computer. I type into it like, please run the algorithm on this new piece of scroll. And then I just kind of started. I pull out my phone again, just nonchalantly, like, hey, I wonder how that went. And there are 3 Greek letters on the screen, letters I'd never seen before. It was really cool because it's like, oh.
So like, bro, if you don't understand nerd shit, this kid has a server at home that he also has hooked to the phone. So at a party, he can check in on it. Like, bro, I used to be like this kid because I would have my computer compiling a kernel at home, but then I would be able to remote into my desktop.
I remember. This wasn't that long ago, even.
To make sure that it was like, did it work? Did it find it? Did it finish compiling or not?
Yeah. Every time you said kernel, I thought about like corn, and I got hungry.
Yeah. Like, no, a software platform system.
And I'm like, I could really go to Pancheros. They got good corn right now. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, like we actually detected new writing in the scrolls using AI. That was the moment I realized like this is actually going to work. Like we're probably going to read the scrolls. And I completely freaked out. My friends were there and I was cheering, jumping up and down, you know, screaming, crying, all the stuff. I, you know, took a picture of the results and I sent them to my mom. She called me and she's like, hey, these look great, you know? It was a really special moment. Yeah, so this is the word that I actually found. It's right here. It's the word prophoros. Which translates to purple. It's the first word we found in the scrolls. It was reviewed.
Also really crazy, side note, that they found the word purple first because purple is the last color that any civilization finds. And that's why it was
that's why it's associated to royalty and like the succession into
wisdom,
the next,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, basically the maybe Christ consciousness levels, you know, like we're getting to that last level of like our consciousness evolution.
And purple's like super rare in nature other than just maybe a few flowers kind of thing or something. So
man, I love how like I bet his mom got the text. It was just like, oh, he said words and he's happy. I'm so happy for him. I have no idea what's going on, but my boy is doing his nerd thing.
That's how my folks work. My folks stopped understanding what I said in like 6th grade or some shit, man.
Dude, key to mothers are the best.
Yeah.
By a committee of kind of Greek scholars, but it's the word purple. And I'm glad it's not the word in or the or and that we found first. We actually found a word that has meaning. This would not be possible without modern AI and modern scanning techniques. People have wanted to read these books for hundreds.
Or geniuses like you, kid.
It could have been possible. Just he would have cracked the code when his hair had mostly fallen out and turned gray, and it was decades later.
It's been 100 years already.
It's crazy, like how much work it takes from a human to do now what AI can do.
Dude,
fast.
We haven't been able. No one's been able to figure it out for over 100 years. So it could have been like thousands of years more of human power,
right?
Before we did this or some shit.
Yeah,
bro.
He might not even have cracked it by the time.
Right.
I hope it's so, but
it was just his version of an algorithm, or maybe he was just the first one to hit that thing with an algorithm, and then anybody else with an algorithm could have did it, but like he did it. And so, do you think this kid can, check a financial ledger?
Nerd, you used AI to do your work for you,
bruh. Dude, using AI to check for fraud in the financial system. Bang, bang, done, dog. So if you got anybody that you're sick of hearing talking shit about Elon or Elon's Doge team kids, bro, send them over this video and tell them to freaking sit on a tack, bro. God dang,
I don't know if
it drives me
that.
bonkers.
I don't know. For some people, it unfortunately probably won't make that much of a difference because, like, he's white. He's got white privilege.
That's shady business.
Man. But, I mean, the people are out there, which sucks. Definitely not everybody, not a large percentage, but there's those people out there.
Well, if you give an AI algorithm to Kendrick Lamar, do you think he'd figure that scroll out?
He'd rap about it.
He'd rap.
He'd have a killer rap about it, but it wouldn't be on like some actual scientific stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, is it privilege? What you're interested in?
Him being the rapper type, maybe. I mean, maybe he could do some crazy psychedelics, and then he do some stuff with the scrolls, and maybe he'd figure it out in that realm of ways to figure things out. But I'm gonna weigh my bets on the supercomputer that can think and basically grasp all of our thinking powers together to figure it out. way more efficiently than we've been able to channel our brains so far.
I already mentioned this one, but we got Pam Bondi as AG. But I just think it's wild that we finally got a United States of the effing Americas attorneys general that's talking about Bill Clinton going to Epstein Island multiple times. Like, we never thought we would be here, folks. Like, all this stuff happening, we're all like, it's happening. I can't believe it's happening finally.
Some people's brains are probably imploding because they're like the
My
gear,
brain's about to implode.
You know that meme with the woman that has all the like characters going across the screen and all the music's going while she's just like in a trance of thinking of stuff.
Yeah,
that's probably people if they actually heard her say that, because those people only watch she's on mainstream now, so they are going to see her say that and then hopefully watch the inauguration and go, wait a minute, you said Bill Clinton? What? The guy that just is still halfway ingrained our political structure, like people know his name and all this stuff, and he was at the inauguration, he's the husband of Hillary, who's still trying to advocate for a bunch of stuff. The gears start turning, the mind starts thinking about things, and you start having awareness.
Yep, and here's your next receipt to share to a friend, family, or foe that's trying to give you shit, and you need a receipt. Yeah, that's why you join that locals.mastache.com down below, because I don't know about you, but even when I talk to friends or family, they'll still be like, yeah, I don't know, until you show it to them, man. So, usually it's because I say some grandiose shit, just this weekend for the Super Bowl, I was trying to tell my stepdad, Lady Gaga is like a Satan worshiper. And he was like, what? Lady Gaga, she sings music nice. What do you mean? No. I was like, dude,
she's got the poker face.
And even my mom's was like, no,
exactly why she's got the poker face.
She denounced Catholicism. She's just, no, she's like, I'm pretty sure he's right. Or, and he's like, man, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know. And I was like, I'm not about to pull this all up, brother. But she's very, very likely she's a Satan worshiper, I didn't see any of the pictures in the background, Ellen DeGeneres' house, but, I saw all the symbology in her, musical
wearing a meat dress is a little weird. Definitely a bit weird.
This is just a good one, man. If you're into this,
there's being firsts and whatnot, but that's a little over the top.
Yeah, kind of like Kanye's girl that got him suspended from X again. Can't just be sharing that shit. So Elon marked his account NSFW.
Well, when you put that out there,
yeah, when your girl shows up 98% naked, I'd say that photo is not safe for work.
Yeah. I mean, she is naked. There's just the slightest of grainy contrast over those parts.
So then
hence it was like a full body. What do they call it? The long stockings, whatever the heck. Pantyhose. That's what it is. She's got one human body-sized pantyhose on.
So because somebody said, Kanye West, he decided to go on a kill Jewish people maybe rant or something, but then now his account suspended. Then he apologized and was like, I was just ranting in my bus.
I mean, I could see him doing a little bit of that. I mean, but also
I wanted to like you, Kanye.
But I don't think he understands, X doesn't have if you're above 18 or not right at the beginning, like other places are legally made to do. Yeah. Well, not all of them probably abide by that. So that's why that platform's not for that.
So this is a great time to remind us of this fun little video here for this receipt, because the FBI just revealed that 5,000 out of their 13,000 agents were focused on January 6 protesters. So that's 39% of our effing federal Department of Investigation, bro. That's insanity. So all of the bad things in America, 40% of them were focused on effing J6 protesters, homie.
Right.
And when you tell this to somebody, that's on the other side, they're like, well, yeah, they were bad. Insurrection. They should have been focused on. And I'm like, oh, dude, how do we get on the same page here, dog? It was not that serious.
Unless
these people were not that serious.
Well, first
bro.
off, think about the timeline. So
instead of drug dealers,
all these people,
kid stealers.
Did they know Trump was going to say the speech he did on that day before that? No.
Right.
So
that's where the insurrection
so why
falls
were
apart.
They would have been following
there was
them.
No plan.
They would have been following them, basically just like how certain people that have the Gadsden flag and all that are now put on a terrorist watch list, a domestic terrorist watch list. They had to have been watching them prior, which is almost like what happened with the Whitmer thing. The only thing when they're introduced before it actually happens is that means they're involved, and that means there's covert agents in the mix, and there's a whole lot of nudging going around. Which is what we then seen in the evidence that there was multiple agents in the crowd. They did things like throw the
FBI cop to 26 so far, but we have upwards of 200.
They threw gas and the flashbangs into the crowd instead of at the front to put them away. It's almost like they've been planning to do it for a few months.
And then also it was proven because they got the warrants to break into these people's houses and get them, and they knew where to go. It was proven that they were following a lot of these people that were just Trump supporters, not even showing exuberance or, anarchical natures or tendencies or anything. They were already following them ahead of time because that's what allowed them to get their cell phone ID and then also be able to get a warrant fast as they did when this all went down.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way that stuff would happen. That they couldn't have done that same day when it was all going down. They had to have had an operation going before that.
And that's pre-crime, bro.
Yeah. And one last comment about Kanye. He is one of the smartest businessmen because guess what happened after that? Everybody's talking about him. That's all it is in show business. You can get people to talk about you.
Yeah.
And whatever he does, whether you hate him or not, guess what? We're all talking about him.
If you hate him, don't talk about him.
Smart dude. He knows what he's doing.
Unfortunately, in our business, if we hate it, we got to talk about it. So this FBI, dude, 40% of them were focused on January 6th protesters. But this is my favorite part of this receipt is the video.
Just saw people going right through. There they are.
And our
in Statuary Hall. Now that is the area by
the Walt
which
Whitman camp.
It almost looks like when you go in there normally and they're giving a tour.
And they go, well, there's people that broke windows. And it's like, dog, they were like 2, 5, 7, maybe that broke windows. Otherwise, they look like Antifa or Undercover Feds, bro.
Antifa.
Like if I was trying to devil's advocate or strongman this, bro, maybe there were 3, 5, 7 like actual Trump supporters that did damage the thingies. Maybe there was 25. There's 1,500 involved. So maybe there were 100 Trump supporters that did some little itty bitty damage.
I'd say out of thousands of people,
not a federal crime.
Out of thousands of people,
not a felony.
For that many people falling to peer pressure, that's a pretty good amount for the people that didn't fall into peer pressure.
Right.
But also, again, peer pressure is never 0%.
And maybe that kind
of
of damage is a felony, but maybe that's one of those like class 4 felonies that's like 30 days, 90 days in jail, not like, 900 days in jail.
Pay 10x for the work that had to be done to fix it. Money hurts.
Not 3 years in jail, bro.
Yeah, you know what hurts more than jail hurts, but if anybody who's been living in this economy, you're just trying to live your living and then have to pay for all that extra, that hurts enough.
Yeah.
And then also, he's stimulating the economy more while doing it that way.
Yep.
And we're all about stimulating the economy here, right? It's supposed to be the best nation, strongest economy in the world. We make the money, we make the weapons, we have the power.
We send the USAID.
We're supposed to be able to help countries in need and actually do what we say when helping them in need, not just launder money. And the best part is we need more people to go to these places than just like the guys that do randoms on the streets of New York and stuff. They just go to these random countries where we're doing this. And they're like, how did you like the condoms that we sent to you? Like, well, somebody goes to Gaza. How was the USA sponsored condom you were wearing? Is it a good condom or did it even work? Does it have a pinhole in it? Is it actually just a Fugazi? And they'll be like, what you talking about?
You know what they say?
And then all of a sudden we start finding out oh, wow, the receiving end doesn't even know about it? Wait a minute, what does that maybe mean?
I feel like what they would say is bro, we're not into lowering the population here. Screw American aid. So we threw them all in the garbage. You guys are assholes, right? Like,
yeah, we got your condoms. Wait, we were supposed to get 50 million?
yeah, let's knock this out. I love this receipt. I love this receipt.
Yeah.
Statuary Hall. Now that is the area
Is that
by
the Walt
which.
Whitman camera that's capturing those, I believe?
No.
Whitman statue?
I'm not sure whether that's the Walt Whitman camera, but what that is the area where the senators process to go into House for joint sessions. So it is through there that they walk.
Unbelievable.
Every time they go into the office.
We are televising the breach.
Listen,
by the way.
in order to get to the Capitol, I mean, the Capitol is a free place to go. You are allowed to go to the Capitol. But you got to go through metal detectors. You got to go through security. And when you breach that, you haven't gone through security. And you got to imagine that is making.
So what does breach mean? Like they walked around it? Because it seems like they all went through the door. Some went through a window, I guess. Maybe they walked around the, like, you know.
Oh, maybe they were.
Everybody's fine. Nobody was found with a gun there.
Well, guess what?
That would have been on the TV, right? Was any of them
hold
found with a gun, let alone many guns?
Hold
that
up.
would necessitate a whole insurrection?
Back in the day, guess what everybody did?
Had a gun.
Showing up to the Capitol. They all had guns.
Yeah, bruh. Absolutely bonkers.
If you're only worried about that if you're pulling some sneaky stuff and pissing people off. And look, you could say they're pissed off with what, because they know what's going on in the background. But we don't go out and just randomly murder people on the other side because pissed off.
This is our point, bro. The people that did the bad shit that the television showed you where they were like being naughty, those people did their time. They were in jail for several years, and it was even too much time. But all of these people got in trouble and or jail time too, and that's just ludicrous, bro.
Like if
so this is a great receipt that I cannot believe to this day. I still need to recommend it to you, my fine friend follower here, peoples at the Truthercast show. I'm blown away. I still need to recommend. Here's another like receipt in the tank
Here's
that you
the
still need to show
violent
people.
insurrection.
No, that you still need to show people.
Yeah.
I still have to share this to people once in a while.
Yeah, because I
This is
mean,
bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, MSNBC was actually showing it. That's funny. Wonder how many views it's got actually YouTube.
Well, they're like, now that our USAID funding's cut. Wonder why foreign and domestic media all were screaming the same anti-Trump, anti-Elon script. Well, I mean, that's the point of the show today, folks. They're all funded by effing USAID.
Again and again and again. Ooh.
After I spent some time.
Alex Jones ad.
Even though.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have like a quick wrap up on this one. It was like the whole show. But they were funding the BBC also, bro. That's the point of this one.
Oh, wow.
Like they're funding over 6,000 American news organizations and foreign news organizations. Like, no wonder why they were all preaching COVID vax, COVID vax, COVID vax.
And that kind of makes sense when you see all the like nightly news from like all the different cities over the U.S. and you put them together when an event happens and they all are saying the exact same thing.
That's the classic one, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, yeah, I don't think they have like one, somebody up there that's pulling the strings,
How about,
acting the puppet out.
How about the first news organization to put out the Hunter Biden laptop fake story so that Joe Biden could cite it in a national television presidential debate? So Politico was just being given hundreds of millions of dollars a year, bro, for a premium subscription that nobody knows what it is, and it was called the special government plan. And then they tried to say, well, it was a proprietary news software, a tool that they were getting access. Bruh, just go to the website and look it up, fam. What you mean?
Don't they have a tier like joining in club for political too? So not only are they getting money shoved plenty enough to pay all their people from the U.S. government, they are then also taking your money to then lie straight to your face.
To just try and take extra money for no reason, because as soon as this USAID funding was cut, allegedly, this is what caused Politico to not be able to write checks for the
This is kind of what that
bro.
one guy was so pissed about, making that video on the street.
Exactly. The dirty Democrats lying to people over and 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 over again, bro. Insane, man. Yeah, that's not even like nothing, bro. This is just this is like a small like nothing burger. Because I've seen 500 and 800,000 or maybe it was 1,000. Yeah, 500,000, 800,000 a year. So this must have been the total. That's wacko.
Yeah, that's the total.
34 mil. Yeah.
From 1,300. I want to know like what the like just every time money's sent, or it must be what it is.
It's sent out of 1,349 transactions.
They send it in much littler chunks through the.
Well, it was 500, 800,000 a year that I was seeing was the membership plan, because they were doing like 40 employees at 13,000 each or something.
That's what I was going to say. I bet you could do some math and figure out a monthly.
They have
monthly
it.
Bit.
They actually showed, or annual. They had like an annual bill plan on some other ones, but absolutely bonkers. And then how many other things did political propagandize and whatnot? I can't even name them off all the top of my head, man, but Politico is a big one we've seen through the years, folks. You know it. But the big one that blows my mind is they were the first to say Hunter Biden laptop fake, just so Joe Biden could cite, well, the news says it. Look, man. See? Yeah, it's fake out there, man. The news. Yeah, there's a headline.
My son.
I read the headline.
My son stays. He goes to bed by 8 o'clock. He always comes home. He's never out.
So, like Tim Pool was pointing out here, man, it's going to be really interesting to see how many media companies just go bankrupt now that this deep state, slush fund's been shut down for their funding, dude. Like, absolutely wild, dude. When you get rid of that secret state-funded media, I wonder how good the landscape's going to be out here, man.
There'll be
I can't
a bunch
wait.
of balloons popping in the near future.
Talk about clearing out the weeds, man. God bless.
While Biden was up there, I'm going to get rid of junk fees.
Yeah.
How about you start there, buddy?
It's another inflation. They're just sending out more money, and then they go, "Oh no, we don't have enough government money, everyone."
Yeah.
It all adds up insane. And this is tip of the iceberg too, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna be finding even more. It's crazy. They've now started the first impeachment process on Donald Trump. This man one of the wacko representatives attempted to start an impeachment on Trump already, which I would like to point out at this point, folks. If you're you regular on the show, you've definitely seen this, or if you're a fellow Trump supporter, you've probably seen this from his rallies too. But do you remember when he said, "We're going to be winning, folks. We're going to be winning so much, you're going to be sick of winning." And they're already sick of winning, folks, because they already got that impeachment papers lined up.
They're like, "Dang, he wasn't bluffing. We gotta keep him from winning."
It's been 4 weeks. I'm sick of the winning.
We want to cheat again. That's really what it is. They just want to cheat.
He was killing me when he would say that at the rally, bro. He'd be like, "We're gonna win so much that you're gonna be sick of winning."
That was pretty good. I watched that.
Everybody's like, I like you, bro. What the hell is he talking about? Sick of winning. 4 weeks in, I'm sick of winning. My God.
Charlie Sheen was out there. I'll never get sick of winning.
Yeah. Tony Robbins is out there. No. If you're an Illinoisan, you should definitely make sure to send in your email, or pick up the phone, old school, and call this dirty dick son of a bitch, and tell him that you want Kash Patel, because he is right now refusing to sign on board with Kash Patel. So hey, maybe we can do our small little part here and call up Dirty Dick and tell his ass to certify Kash, because I don't know if Durbin's on that list, but most all of them are terrified of the Epstein list. So they probably got some dirt on them. And then the ones on the Epstein list are like, "Bro, you're going to need to be on our team on this one. Gonna need you on our team here.
We need some protection."
But make sure to call them up. It's Springfield, Illinois, 217-492-4062. Or if you go to the locals.massdash.com, you could pull this post up, or just search it. Just Google search it. But I got the link right here, handy dandy for you, where you can just fill it out and send them a good old email. But definitely make sure to not be lazy. Put a little effort in, folks, and that's how we're going to turn things around. That's why we got so many good things happening right now, because we all took the effort to make it too big to rig. So definitely Illinois needs our help, your help. Reach out to him and be like, I'm going to need you to certify that cash, bro.
Yeah, I'm part of the people that you're a senator of, and I'm voting that you need to put cash through. That's what we want, because that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be representative of the body of people of Illinois.
Cash for FBI director or GTFO, I would say.
Or
right?
we'll just automatically assume that you're going to be right there with Pritzker and the mayor of Chicago getting felonies, standing in the federal government's way of doing what they need to do, and you guys about to see some jail time.
I was upset on this one. I was like, bruh, the FBI here again is a retarded joke or actively malicious. They took this J6er to court and tried to say he planned the entire thing, bro. They tried to say he planned the entire Capitol building because he had a Lego set of the Capitol building. They said,
I don't know. You ever seen Ocean's 11? They totally plan all their stuff out with Legos. It's exactly how they do it.
Listen to this one, folks.
And, they're passing by very dangerous objects like the Holy Bible or the United States Constitution. And so they actually stumble across a collection of Legos that I had in my apartment. The Legos were there because I think I love Legos and they awaken the engineer in all of us. But also, I also like the idea of bringing Legos into the classroom so that, my students could kind of chill out a little bit, But what they pretended that they found was like the Holy Grail of January 6th, and it was none other than a Lego model kit of the United States Capitol that the Lego company manufactured and sold. So what they did was they take this box of Legos and try to claim that I planned all of January 6th with these Legos. How ridiculous is that? So they take it to court. The judge obviously notices how ridiculous this is and then asks the obvious question, how is any of this possible if the Legos are still in the box? So they literally tried to pin the whole thing on me. They called me the architect of the insurrection and a Lego man.
Okay, now I really got to know. Like, did he even get to making it? Were all the Legos in the bags?
No, it was in the box unopened.
They didn't even open the pieces weren't even out of the bags.
Let's finish.
The internet never forgot, and I'm not really dropping the name because it was a shred of dark comedy that came out of this, kind of something to make you laugh. But it also goes to show how far the Biden DOJ was willing to go in order to sell a lie to the American public that our group was actually trying to overthrow the government on January 6th. It's totally bogus, but they were willing to make up such egregious lies that, someone like me was going to overthrow the United States government with a plastic children's story. That's how outrageous this got.
How do you feel after being released?
I feel good. I feel like I can fly, but, it's a bittersweet feeling. We still got people in that building. They got to come out, man. And so I can't sleep at night knowing that I'm free and other people are still suffering. The age of political prisoners should have ended last night. And because of this facility and many other facilities like it in America, it's still ongoing. So I call on everybody that's listening to call your congressman, call your local representatives, and make sure that the
another one you can tell Dirty Dick when you give him a call or send that effing email in, bro. I'm going to need Cash App, Patel, certified. And by the way, Lego Man told me to tell you to let the J6ers go. But yeah, bro, I guess this wasn't the clip where we talked about it, but it was unopened allegedly, bro. The story I saw, it was unopened. And they were like, he's got a Capitol building Lego set. He must be the one who planned it all. When this ain't the effing Family Guy Simpsons ass mockery of it, bro.
Come on now.
They took this guy to jail for this, bro. God. He was going to jail whether they found that Capitol building set or not. But when they found that, they were like, he's the ringleader.
Look, he plotted it all out. He was planning at scale. First off, I doubt you can look into the whole Hey, I want to look at the set now. I want to know if it's got like the inside corridors all planned out too, or is it just the outside? I'm pretty sure it'd be the outside of the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm planning this whole thing out, right? Knowing only and showing only the exterior entrance of the building. Everything else will be, who knows? We'll figure it out on the go. Like, oh, that's a great plan to overthrow the U.S. government. Yeah.
It's like just the building, bro.
Do they have multiple pictures in it? Oh, yeah. They got some pictures. Scroll through the pictures.
It's just the fucking building, bro.
Next one. Go through all of them.
They got a top-down view.
We won't let any of them. Oh, that's where they walk through.
There's a chess set in the middle.
Oh, man, that's exactly. That was where they were walking through, man.
That's like a building the size of a small table.
So, yeah, there's no inside. It doesn't show you where the secret corridors are or anybody's office is or anything.
Plan the windows. Where to break the windows.
That's what I'm saying. They planned the whole insurrection off the outside because the whole insurrection you would have had to know the inside corridors. The whole enchilada.
The whole insurrection.
I'm hungry again.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
But Scott, we can't have enchiladas anymore because nobody's gonna be able to make them because there's no legal like Mexicans over here to make us our Mexican food. Is all these
there's not
lefties
TikTok,
are
bro.
saying?
Yeah,
we can't have any outside foreigners' food anymore.
How are we gonna get our
since we're
tacos,
closing our
man?
borders?
Hey man, how are we gonna make the tacos and all the you know the thing.
Oh, my favorite one is the girl with the Johnny Bravo hair. On The View, that was like, yeah, Trump, well, who's going to clean your toilets now? Like, okay, wow, way to really bring your party down. Yeah, you're just right. You had to bring all the racism into one comment. Don't
worry, Bob's going to do it. Bob's been my janitor 4 years. He's a white guy, I know, yeah, but he's great. He's nice. He's fine. He cleans the toilets. He's great. He asked me what kind of smell I would like in my urinal cakes, too, folks. It's pretty awesome. He's a great janitor guy.
I'd say it actually mostly shows the background of how entitled they are. So that woman, wait, don't want to assume her gender. That person, especially, with the hair, they obviously don't see themselves ever, like they were above cleaning toilets, is what she said out loud. And that's wow. Like, is it just because you're on that side of things? Is it because she was they were white? Well, either way, that shows a lot of entitlement. Like, oh yeah, so do you not clean your own toilet? Like, are you too good for that? You're too good to change your kid's diaper? That's like for the maid? And like, you sound like you come from a spoiled little family.
Wait, hold on, bro. Isn't IPR your homie?
That is the Josh, man.
You just know what the USAID is, so we might need to like quick wrap up. You got a quick wrap of what we've gone over real quick?
I mean, it's kind of would be new for a lot of people. Yeah.
Thank you for coming, man. That's exactly what we're trying to help you with, man. Yeah. So United States Agency of International Development, the whole Doge Elon Musk thing and his team of savants has found that this organization is taking our tax money and just giving it away to local domestic thingies and foreign thingies. So that's what we were talking about, where they actually were funding Politico, basically, which Politico is the news organization that ran the fake Hunter Biden laptop news story, right? Well, they were also spending money, $50 million for condoms in Gaza, which, who knows, did they ever buy them? Where's the invoice for that? They're doing $70,000 for a transgender play in Peru.
Easy way to kind of think about it, I guess. It's the deep state's loan officer.
Slush fund.
Loan officers.
Yeah.
They go, yeah, we need money for this. They're like, yeah, we'll write it off. Cool, you got the money. They just write them the loans because they're like, we'll pay you back. Well, the people will pay you back is what they're really saying. They're like, oh, yeah, our taxpayers have got it. Like,
bonkers, bro.
Write the money off, you know?
So this USAID thing, and we're getting to it more, but those are the ones like we've covered. We're getting to it more here through the rest of the show. We've now found connections to, like, the Clinton Foundation and some other shit that we're going to check out. But, like, God bless America, bro. A lot of our money has been going to this USAID thing, and I don't know when you popped in, but we just covered their budget was larger than the official CIA budget.
And, like on paper, anyways, it was.
That's what I meant by official.
Like
Dan had a good point.
2 or 3 times larger.
Yeah, $50 billion.
$50 billion.
I think it's 60, but that one said 50, and then the CIA's was only 30. They were saying, but
right.
yeah, it's like 50, 60 billion a year. This USAID.
Well, who knows how much more of
that
that isn't on paper? Because like the part of the Pentagon with probably some trails to that back in the day was kind of dusted, in that plane hitting the Pentagon, and then there was that fire in New York that took a whole bunch of file evidence of where money had went to. So there could be a whole lot more, but the evidence is literally burnt and gone.
I still love that 9/11 episode that we did. If you haven't seen the 9/11 episode, folks, definitely go back to last year's 9/11 episode. The one that we didn't release yet was really good, but hey, if you sign up for the Locals Pro community, we have an entire year of secret. What do we gotta come up with a cool branding name? The undiscovered or the undisclosed Truthercast episodes.
The top security clearance.
Top secret. This shit's deeper than USAID, folks.
Code for security
episodes
clearance.
we made before we felt cozy and comfy about going live. So there's a few F-bombs. Well, we did a 9/11 episode that was banger, but the public one, the last one, we went over the airplane and a camera that's 27 FPS because most like security cameras are only 27 FPS, and we looked up the speed of an airplane and a missile, and a little bit of paper napkin math. Video made it look like it went faster than the airplane could have physically flown.
And then there's
get captured in a 27 FPS camera.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of pilots that said nobody like it.
No plane debris.
Well,
That's a big one.
Like the other thing was the pilots are like the angle in the buildings, whatnot. They would have had to take with the supposed plane that they used. He was like they couldn't have maneuvered it in there, which I would like to say. I mean, that it's got some weight to it, but also we remember the guy that hijacked the Alaska Airlines plane, and nobody thought that could have done a barrel roll, but he did a barrel roll. So, maybe somebody, they just decided that would be the one awesome, crazy thing they did in life was somehow successfully pilot a plane into it. But it just doesn't, that's where then the frames per second napkin math comes into play on when you look at the thing go in there, and then there's no plane debris or any of that.
Scud missile
it's
divided
kind of
by
like, wow, I mean, I want to say it's a plane, but the odds just, if we were in a court of law, I would say, I can't say beyond a reasonable doubt that it wasn't, or that it was a plane.
So did you see the one where there's this USAID group of people, and they were like promoting Che Guevara and communism?
And they're all wearing masks. What a surprise.
What a coinky-dink.
Brain cells are being suffocated continually till today.
And then, it could have been like left over, like Afghanistan style, but we also got these, this is another clip of that terrorist one with the USAID, branding like we were just showing. But it seems that USAID was very deep state communism, in my humble opinion.
You know where I would agree with that also? If you go down, back to the terrorist one, so we got so much money flowing from us into that fund. The United States, like when we build things, we generally build things pretty well. I'd say that's pretty communistic because, I just want to know where they're at. Whatever building they had to put up for what they were doing I know, if they're not there for that long, you don't want. You're probably not going to go that crazy into making a permanent residence, but that about is as cheap of a structure, a temporary structure, as you
like a pop-up tent or something.
But so, if you
a little bit more secure than a pop-up.
So you got all this money, and we're supposed to be the United States, show up to town, big dickin', and we're gonna put up a tent.
Well, you can't make nice things
We're gonna put up a
places
tent
like that because they'll just
funding
destroy
$50 billion. You want that should be that's
you got to diversify.
That logo should be having some pride behind it. Like, hey, look, that's our tent. Like, we had a nice, sweet little establishment. It was like they actually had one solid wall and they made like a mirror or something. I'd respect that a whole lot.
You got to
more.
diversify. How you going to have 50 mil for them condoms left over, bro?
Oh, exactly. That's all it is. You can see they skimping money where we normally wouldn't, and they're laundering it in the laundromat.
Yeah, they said it was impossible for jet fuel to melt beams, and then we found out it was actually
there was cut marks in a lot of the beams.
There's
that
also
only,
slice marks.
That only could have been, which would have been concentrated thermite.
Thermite, that's it, not tannerite. Thermite.
Yeah. Tannerite's the legal. Well, they're both technically legal.
This video got taken down that I shared. Politico just couldn't pay employees for the first time, like I was saying. And this is a video talking about it.
Politico's trying to cover their tracks.
YouTube don't want you to know. That's why you're here on
Political deleting it because they covering up their tracks as we speak.
We are streaming to YouTube, and I don't think one person has seen it. But if you're out there and you see this later, come join us on Rumble in case they take the show down.
Yeah.
Because we're probably shadow banned over here on YouTube, which is probably why nobody's seen it.
We're trying to just reach as many people as we can, but if you want to support you and everybody else seeing everything you can without being shunned, hop on the alt tech because it's the only thing that shows the big tech companies they got to dial it back if they want to compete.
Which, fast forward, guess what happened today? That's pro alt tech Rumble. The White House has officially made their account on Rumble.
Oh, no wonder my chat actually got verified really soon after I said it.
Big win for alt tech, man. I'm into that.
They must have some algorithms going in there that heard me talking shit about Rumble. They're like, hey, wait, what do we got going on?
So you know how they say that direct energy weapons, the laser beams from space that might be Jewish? I think that one's a little bit being a silly, but they're trying to say that direct energy weapons are not real. Now, we cannot confirm or deny that they were used in Maui, nor Cali, or anywhere else that starts fires on fire where there's a 15-minute city plan from the World Economic Forum and the evil bad guys that want you to live in the pod and eat bugs and own nothing and be happy. But the Navy has officially showed off their new laser beam direct energy weapons. So, there is that.
I mean, Future Weapons did it on Discovery Channel a while back, but now we got the updated version.
So I mean, I'd say the DEWs are pretty realistic. Oh, this is Doug TeNapel. He's pretty good, but he was showing how high tech, low tech things are. This is a Russian drone taking out a Ukrainian drone with a stick. Ow! Done.
That pilot's good. He's ashamed of himself on the other side of that. He's like, I really got taken down by a drone with a stick.
Dodge that stick, man.
Like you could have. He just was. He had to have been focused in on what he was because like he didn't even move at all. He could have easily dodged that, but didn't know it was coming in.
Yeah, man. But straight up, U.S. Navy was like, "Yo, check out our laser penis." Golly.
I don't know how people don't think direct energy weapons are a real thing, like it's a sci-fi thing, because obviously
you want to not believe kind of thing.
Like, you ever use a laser pointer?
Crazy.
Like it's the same thing except much, much, much higher powered and everything, and then basically just strapped onto a plane.
That's how I know you're not like a bored internet YouTube guy / nerdy, because I couldn't tell you how many nerd YouTube videos I've watched of dudes making their own home lasers where they're like, this is probably illegal, so I'm going to dismantle it when it's all done, but like, science! Oh shit, it's turning on fire! Turn it off! Okay, we're dismantling this. Don't do this at home, guys.
Like, just the fact that they have to wear basically welding glasses because the light spectrum of the laser is so strong, just not even having those on. If a fraction of light gets refracted towards you, sight gone, you possibly severely injured, if not dead.
in a great example, this photo looks black and white because you probably can't see the laser with normal video vision or eyeball vision.
Just like me when we're trying to get the contrast right, because I was all Gotham over here.
Like even human eyeball vision too, man. You can't see these lasers, I would say. You know what I mean?
It depends. It does depend, because it could be an ultraviolet laser.
Probably.
Which we wouldn't be able to see an
Especially
ultraviolet
if you're making
laser.
this a weapon to try and like get bad guys. You're not going to want it to be visible.
UV light isn't exactly visible to the
You
human
don't want
eye.
people to know where your bomb's coming from, bro.
If they're directed more, focused into a beam, maybe they'd still be visible. I'm not sure on that one. I forget the science on that a little bit.
Another interesting military talk point here of this topic may also be that they were pointing out that the U.S. was kind of like, check out my laser penis. By the way, we're smarter because Russia and China are working on hypersonic missiles. Guess what? Laser penis, rock, scissors, the hypersonic missile. They're wasting their time.
You guys go button, rocket goes whoosh, whoosh, and then there's some seconds in between when it finally comes and maybe touches what it wants to touch.
Yes.
We go boom, boom, we're touching you. Button press, boom, we're touching you. Instantaneously at the speed of light.
Also, not just maybe a direct attacking weapon vehicle, but also I believe this was being pimped this week because of Trump's talk of
Iron Dome type
we're going to go
stuff.
past Iron Dome, bro. It's going to be Iron Beam.
Well, that's originally
So you get
when
laser
they
beam
first
dummy
started
thingy?
talking about, because they had it on a big old like Boeing 747. That was the first. That was the only plane big enough to carry the power capacity for the whole nose of this plane.
The one that
is a
we see the
laser
pictures
that's
often.
fully
Yeah.
just like the security cameras can tilt and
That
turn wherever.
Omnidirectional.
Yeah, and that tech when it first came out, they were selling it as it was made in fear somebody sending nukes, actually starting the nuclear war, and we were like, how do we stop them? Like, what's the best way to neutralize a nuke? Well, we figured
with a shark with a freaking laser beam attached to its head.
It didn't go from nowhere. I bet the guy even took inspiration from that. Just like Elon made the rockets pointy because of the movie The Dictator.
We didn't get the sharks with the laser beams attached to their head.
But yeah, it was made to take it as like missile defense in the SART. At least that's what they said.
Right.
Which probably is because, yeah, it makes for a great defensive thing like that, especially on the ground. Missiles coming in, instant, like, you can't, like, hitting a missile with a bullet or a round is way harder than if you got laser dick, and all you got to do is pull it through the sky and then just lance over a part of the missile just by a smidgen for it to actually heat it up and take it out to where it doesn't fly to its direction right, or it keeps it from flying fast, and then you can actually hit it again and then just, prematurely detonate it before it gets to its destination, not detonate.
Yep.
Hard to keep all them words.
I am definitely not a medical scientist nor a doctor, so don't ban me, bro. But 158,000 seems like a pretty damn good number of people having problems from the first ever experimental medical procedure that changed the definition of the word vaccine to maybe have some sort of a pullback from 100% of the people needed immediately. Because there's like 158,000 adverse reactions within the first 2 months of shoving the COVID vaccine down everyone's throat.
The COVID
and that is
shot.
now an official stat that has been whistle blown from a previous Pfizer employee.
And that's why I and some other people like to call it a shot. It's not even a vaccine anymore. If you understand how vaccines work, it's
Well, and
a shot.
if you speak internet, you call it jab because you can't even say shot or vaccine without the whole Facebook censorship system cutting you down. That's how everybody had to talk on the YouTube, bro. That's another one you'll tell your kids, bro. There's a time where like people were making internet videos and you had to talk in code because it just get banned. And it's like, what? Nah, you crazy. Hold on, watch this. The V thing and the C thing and the jab and the damn, bro.
Right?
I shared that one again. Bro. So Rand Paul's teaming up with Elon because the meme is, hey, yo, Rand, I want you to come over and hang out with me and talk about these things in the Department of Government Efficiency. He says, nah, bro, I'm busy. And then it's like, hey, bro, we're talking about getting rid of the IRS. And he's like, I'm on my way over.
Getting rid of the thing that gets us our money to pay for me and the things we do? Wait a minute. Whoa.
Another absurd thing that USAID was found to be funding was a, quote, charity group of Marina Abramovic. I can never get her name right, but who would understand what the F that means, right? Unless you are a long-time tinfoil hatter like you're at the Truther Cast, because this Marina chick, if you're not familiar, or a reminder for you, is one of the last surviving members of MK Ultra.
Oh.
And potentially a Satan worshiper, because she's the one that hosted the Satan worshiping, spirit cooking events that, people like Hillary Clinton attended. And also, she has a split personality where her other personality makes really wacko, kind of messed up artwork that depicts child harm. And so why was United States taxpayers giving money to her? I mean, she was definitely in with all the elite politicians. Like I said, Hillary Clinton went to her spirit cooking events, and all the big celebrities of movies and TV shows.
Spirits.
Like, what the F, bro? They'd have cakes in the shapes of humans.
Yeah.
So, it's just a fun party. No, we're not symbolizing eating human flesh or anything.
Why don't you cut Bill the cake's tit off and give me a piece? I want to eat his nipple.
Strange, but so why were we giving Marina that kind of money?
It's a weird freaking party.
I don't know why we
I understand
would do that.
making the cake. Like, I watched a lot of where they made cakes to look like it wasn't a cake. Like, those things are pretty interesting. But
what I want to know
it's weird when you make it into a human and then you start eating it. It's a little weird.
I want to know is how they got a person to make a cake of a human, but then some gay person couldn't just go find that cake maker to make their cake, so that they couldn't bitch at the guy who didn't want to make the gay marriage cake, bro. Like,
yeah,
just go to the guy that made the weird, creepy human cake, dude, and then everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
Don't gotta piss off some Christian guy that doesn't want to make a gay cake.
Just, I mean, if anything, you would have had a more powerful standpoint going to somebody else, finding them supporting you and making your cake would have then went on the internets of forums and stuff, and then all of a sudden that dude's business would have been booming. He probably would have gave you the cake for free. He'd been like, oh, I heard what you were doing. Like, you got to not bet. I'll show, because they probably wouldn't have been. They would have been against that baker. So he would have been like, oh, heck yeah, we going to show them.
Or funny turn of events, they go to that weirdo cake maker, and he's like, hold on, I'll do you one better. I'll make a satanic gay cake. And they're like, never mind. We'll go back to the Christian guy.
They're like, whoa, we didn't ask for that much. Whoa.
We just wanted to promote my gay wedding. Shit, I'm going back to the Christian guy, and I'm just going to tell him we're friends. This is my friend John. Can you just make us a cake, bro? I'm going to write got married on it after I pick it up.
I'm gay. I'm not sacrificing children to the spirit to gain,
and don't forget,
gain material life possessions.
In the Pizzagate John Podesta emails, there were also emails of Hillary Clinton, staff talking about, hey, maybe we should sacrifice a chicken to Moloch. So maybe that's just a funny Thursday night joke around there, but, sacrificing chickens to the pagan god Moloch ain't a really, kicking around joke in my family or friend circle, but call me a normal person.
You could try to make a joke out, but they're going to be like, Suspicions are held now.
Yeah, I do that with my friends or family. They're going to be like, they finally got him. This is Clone Scott. What the?
I mean, I feel like I've been able to make some jokes about it before, but I mean, that's only in the sense of with the people around that know of because of what's happening and what they do. So.
That's the other thing that Politico did. So not only were they the first one to run the Hunter Biden fake laptop bullshit, but they also were the ones who leaked the Dobbs decision, and the conservative Supreme Court justices were almost assassinated. Paid by the United States deep state government, dog. It is literally state media, which is a communism, horrible Nazi type behavior, bro. That's fascism. So it's what they've been projecting to Donald Trump for the last few years, bro. Absolutely wrong, like wild.
Man, so USAID is just Hillary's aids in her doings. Is really what that is. Wow.
What up, Mr. Nilton here? Thanks for tuning in here. Good sir.
Heck yeah.
USAID also funneled $27 million into the BLM Foundation there. And, that went and funded a lot of good, nice, holistic pro-minority events like, oh yeah, wait, they never started any like community centers or anything, did they?
But they did screw the atmosphere up a little bit.
Yeah, no, that probably goes against the Green New Scam, right?
Yeah, I thought, they're supposed to be green and hippies and stuff.
But they killed 36 people, and that will go into the ground and release the energy into the plants. So
why were they so mad when Kyle Rittenhouse did what he did? That would have been just extra bodies to feed the plants.
Probably because that one was actually a convicted pedophile. That's probably what upset them.
No, man.
That's probably what upset him.
Oh, that's totally fake news,
Probably what upset him.
He was actually a pedophile? No way.
And now we're to a comedic relief of the night. The next one up is Wilkinson's favorite comedic relief of the week. But first we have this funny little one right here. Because it's just, Elon doing a dance, listening to all the haters. Because, man, all the haters are going and saying, this is like that Project Mockingbird right here. This is just the officials version, because I believe these are all politicians. No, I think this guy's news media. No. These are all politicians, bro. Absolutely,
they're literally
ridiculous.
Just trying to get you with the monkey see, monkey do.
Oh, it's the Nazi Hitler. What's the guy? Saul Alinsky. It's the just repeated over and over again until the idiots believe it, dude.
Yeah.
But here's our favorite of the week. Have you ever seen those videos of the lefties making videos where they're bawling about like what Donald Trump's doing or something like that?
Oh yeah,
where they're like genuinely
Selena
crying
before she took it down.
Like Selena Gomez, right?
Yeah.
So check this one out. This is pretty funny mock video.
Cuts. Trump just issued tax cut proposals to Congress for the middle class. No taxes on tips or overtime. And then he wants to close the loopholes on the billionaires that own sports teams. Further solidify that he ended up working for the American people and not all these rich people. And he just exposed USAID for all of the money that they were wasting. Democrats are never gonna win again. He is completing all of his campaign promises in less than a month. I've never seen nothing like this. How are we gonna get him out of office? What are we gonna do? He exposed USAID and the Treasury Department. They're sending $30,000+ to different countries to make comic books. How can we explain all of this to our friends? It's like every time I feel like he's going to do something wrong, he does something right. Democrats are never going to win again if he keeps doing this. This is crazy. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can break this down.
You got himself a fake tear on that one, bro. Our favorite was, every time I think he's going to do something wrong, he does something right. Oh, dude, that was a good one, bro, because that'd be real, man. That'd be what it's like, dog.
Piper Boy Williams, you are...
Yeah, hit him up on the follow machine,
you are
bro.
a funny guy. You are good at what you do.
That's his
keep
YouTube?
doing it.
Because it says shorts. Yeah, hit him up on the YouTube, fams.
Or I think that's his Twitter.
It says shorts, though. Nah, I don't think this is
he
actually his.
He just has his Twitter linked into it. Okay. You can find him by Piper Boy Williams on X
yeah,
as
that's
well.
like his thing, yeah. Yeah, dude, that shit had me dying. Gonna give him a follow and build yourself a better news feed, folks. If you also want a handy dandy way to build a better news feed, man,
Was
you can
that
just...
a recent one or back in 2016? Because it had Twitter.com.
Oh yeah. Well, that like normal people would still use Twitter.
Can you still look up Twitter and it takes you to X?
Yeah, they own that domain, so it's gonna forward over.
Wasn't sure. I figured so.
Is it? It's like not loaded. Did they kill it? I feel like they would forward it all over because of all the old URLs. There's no way they killed it. What?
Google,
it is not loaded.
Google just Twitter. Just Twitter. Oh.
There we go. Their DNS is just a little bit jacked or something. Wait, what is she saying? What's Carolyn saying?
Delivered on behalf of you, the American people. Welcome to the MAGA Minute. It's been a huge week here at the White House, and let's go over the
MAGA Minute. Oh, dude.
Genius.
wins President Trump delivered on behalf of you, the American people. On immigration, illegal migrant encounters between the ports of entry are down.
Dude, why did they not do that? What a great fast way to debunk all the crap. Just like really quick. Hey, all this crap you see that's untrue. Look, here's the facts. In a minute, bam.
Okay, we're gonna cover every MAGA minute every week on the show, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody write that down for me.
Yeah. MAGA minute.
Nearly 87%. On the economy, President Trump laid out a plan to establish a sovereign wealth fund to better invest the more than $5 trillion in assets held by the United States. He also proposed tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico and China, and those tariffs were swiftly paused after our allies agreed to step up and address these issues. We are streamlining USAID into the State Department. President Trump signed a historic executive order to ban men in women's sport.
Yeah, we didn't even get to that one yet. God bless, bro.
Yeah.
He's such a misogynistic, horrible man. Like he must have been
when he had
he must have been freaking out with all those women around him.
I was gonna say a whole gym full, or I'm guessing it was probably at a school or something. Like a whole gym just jam sardine packed of women. You know what I noticed? Yeah, that's a little zoomed in, but even if they zoomed out, I'm just going to speculate here that all of them have a more natural pigment of hair.
They had Riley Gaines there who got stripped out or lost out of her medal because of the tranny swimmer guy. And then they also had the poor woman that got spiked in the face and went into an effing coma for a week. And had permanent effing brain damage.
Olympic boxing? That one?
No, dude, she just got spiked in the face with a volleyball.
Oh. Ow.
Coma. Brain damage.
Yeah.
Came back, had a good recovery.
I'm glad
she
I haven't
was
had
there.
balls of the face that hard.
Homie.
Oh,
Historic executive order to ban men in women's sport. Lastly, President Trump is already making our military strong again. Army recruitment in the month of December, with the anticipation of President Trump's return to the Oval Office, hit a 15-year high. We'll see you for next week's MAGA Minute.
I'm trying
We're
to
gonna
sign
win
up.
so much, you're gonna be sick of winning.
I'm going to sign up and I want to join the 40-plus crew in the military. What do I got to do? I will clean the clocks. What do you need? The tables.
You would be good cybersecurity for me.
I can work on things, not combat. I can help.
So, nerd stuff, server stuff, cybersecurity. That would actually be... That'd be pretty dope.
But you can build yourself a better news feed by going to truthercast.com. You hover over the resources section. You go right here to the recommended list, and you can scroll down, and we've got links to, some of these awesome Find Feathered friends. Follow the Rumble, the YouTube, the Twitter, or X. So sometime when I update this website, we'll switch that icon out. Instagram or Facebooks, if they've got them, I tried to link it here, nice and easy peasy for you. Oh, we have a Wolves in Finance today. No, I don't think I shared it, but I watched a couple of his videos today. It's really good. You got to follow the Wolves in Finance, folks. He's a banger video maker right there. But nice list, Mr. James O'Keefe himself. So, you come on over here, and if you already got a banger news feed, maybe one or two of these you're missing. But more importantly, this is a good thing to remember when you're helping somebody else build a better news feed. So you can pull up their phone. You come over here to the truthercast.com. You go over to the recommended alt news creators list, and then it makes it easy for you to just kind of help them build a feed, or maybe you let them go to it, But definitely head on over here and help people find more awareness,
so they can have realization.
Yeah, bro. 6,000 journalists, bro. Absolutely bonkers. 707 news outlets in 30 different countries. Why were we funding that if not other than Project Mockingbird, dude? Make them all say the same thing, man. It's crazy.
I can't think of a good devil's advocate even at the time.
Okay, this is another comedic relief right here, bro. God bless.
Let me guess. It's a Benny? Is it a Benny video?
This is the last Grossman. Who is this? This is Flaming Dragon! Okay, Flaming Dragon. Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! Now, I don't know what kind of pan-Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asia Jack is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to head down there, and I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up!
If you just listen, it's like a video meme. And it's like the mainstream media is getting yelled at by Elon, but this is a clip out of the fantastic Tropic Thunder.
Oh, wait, that's Tropic Thunder?
That's Tropic Thunder, fam. You gotta rewatch this if you haven't watched it in a minute, bro.
I didn't realize
that's Tom Cruise, bro.
Yeah,
I know.
I was like, I knew that I had to be somewhat of a comedic movie with him dread. Like, there's no way.
It's like the only one he's ever done.
I was gonna say, like, I've never seen Tom Cruise.
It's the only one he's ever done.
First off, where he doesn't have his full head of hair, like,
oh my god,
only
it's so
one.
funny.
It
was right after he got in trouble for something, so this was his try to like come back and like cut the like
probably the whole
bad vibes.
Scientology thing.
I can't remember what it was, but it was he was in the news for some like he was being naughty.
Oh, go back. Did you see the frame on the wall? Who rules Tinseltown? That's what. The little nuggets in there, dude.
Bro, the Tropic Thunder is epic. You got to go back and watch that one, folks.
Who rules Tinseltown?
Back when comedies made money in the 90s, man. Did you know that Superbad came out this same exact weekend as Tropic Thunder?
Really?
That's wild, yeah.
Man. Oh. God, what we grew up in some of the best times.
It was the last of the times.
Now it's our duty to make sure the times can only get even better than those times, or if not as good, because they trying to make them a whole lot worse.
Yeah, you got to follow the Benny Johnson because his intros are sick. I don't know if this one's good, but they usually are banger. Oh yeah, it's just kind of cool. Pam Bondi's in, folks. It's a good thing. Very lucky to have her in there.
A woman with a backbone. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't even have to see the whole picture, and I know what that's from.
Remember when
any of us that's actually looked into the Biden crime syndicate, the crooked Joe Biden, will know,
Joe, we
will know
call him.
exactly if you're watching and you can see the screen. It's a picture of just, you can't see a head, you can see hands and legs crossed of a guy wearing a blue suit. And a cup of coffee next to him, and I guarantee it's decaf. Actually, no, maybe it was had caffeine in it, because this was the only time he was really like, hey, you're going to give us what we want. Otherwise, your guy our guy ain't getting hired. You ain't getting what you want.
If
blah,
you
blah, 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 blah.
don't recall where we got the nickname quid pro quo Joe Biden, it was from when he said we would withhold the funding from Ukraine if you didn't fire the prosecutor looking into Hunter Biden being a shady effer, selling his dad's United States policy as the vice president under frickin' Barack Obama, right? And guess who was moving that money that they were talking about? This is painful to me, folks. How about you, man? So that money he was talking to was effing coming through USAID that was going to go to effing Ukraine if he didn't fire that prosecutor. And guess what? They fired the prosecutor. If you're new to this concept, folks, here, let me play the clip for you, because like Dan was saying, this is one of our favorite clips around here at Truthercast. This is the clip you share your friend that still just can't believe that Joe Biden's a bad guy, or that, they're all shady, crooked sons of bitches, or that we're shadily funding Ukraine.
They live by diplomacy.
Yeah. Listen to this.
It just happened to be that was the assignment I got. I got all the good ones. So I got Ukraine. And I remember going over convincing our team, or others, to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch.
He thought he was being cool, like when Trump showed the Alumani or whatever it was, the satellite image of where he lived, and was like, look, I will absolutely bomb the shit out of you if you don't like. Except what he was doing was actually leverage for the good, not leverage to cover up the crime that your son was doing.
Yeah. Which I don't understand how the guy's not in effing jail, because what he did is quid pro quo illegal.
Yep, but here
we
are,
tried to project on Trump.
Orange man bad.
They tried to say that Trump was doing the quid pro quo for the
that
ballots.
That guy's not orange. He's not bad.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. Bro, he cut all the funding to the media. So like all that USAID. Then on top of it, he cut the funding to the non-government organizations. Crazy.
Good. We should know, like, how is it not out there where we could vote as the voter base also on every one of these? Like, even if it's for a month, like, we should have. Why don't we have like actual year like they're just permanent polling stations for voting, right. And then whenever something comes up, like you go in and vote if you can, because guess what? It's your money.
Well, that's the
you
point
should
of the representatives,
have
so
right?
they move faster, but then it all got just icky. But the point that you were making, I think, is a good one, because what they're trying to say is Elon and his team are not elected They were not, democratically elected officials to be fooling around with all this stuff. Yeah, neither were all the son of a bitches sending all this money around everywhere, dog. This is the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
This is the deep state we talk about.
Yep.
They were not duly elected people to be throwing all this money around anyway.
These are more than likely DEI hires.
Then they try to say that Elon cutting this funding, which, by the way, it's not Elon. They're trying to personify Elon. Elon is sending this info to Trump, and Trump is going yay or nay. But they're trying to say Elon was not approved by the Congress. So the Congress are the only ones who get to approve how our spending happens. Was Congress approving every single thing from this USAID? I want to know that. Because if they were, then that's crooked.
Yeah.
And if they weren't, then you're an idiot. Like, they weren't even doing that. Because then right here, folks, we got this one. Not only was USAID funding the Wuhan gain of function research, but they also were funding the Smartmatic election systems.
Yep. That almost seems like a conflict of interest.
Which, hey, maybe our federal government should fund the election machine system. However, this is the one that we say we have speculative to definitive, in some points, I personally believe, definitive evidence of election tampering through the Smartmatic election voting system.
Man, you know what? Maybe all these things are voted on through our, the Congress state representatives. But when
in that giant effing bill thing,
or more like
bill.
how they're there at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning
on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Voting on what we don't even know about.
Like the Patriot Act when it was pushed through at 2 a.m.
We don't even know what's
New Year's.
happening in there, and then all of a sudden they're voting it. Yeah, that sort of thing.
I agree. U.S. Agency for International Development, a.k.a. USAID, goes to the University of California, Davis. What? And then it goes to Eco Health Alliance. And then it goes to the Wuhan University and the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Somebody took a AI image of all of the network of this stuff, and it's like spaghetti, bro. Of all of where the money goes under USAID, and it's just effing spaghetti
everywhere.
Yeah, you can't make any effing sense of it at all. It's just like pure insanity. So it's like unravel that, man. We're starting to pull the thread, though, folks, and we cannot lazy up here on these folks. We got to keep putting the pressure. We got to keep sharing these over to our friends, families, and foes and bringing more awareness. Don't be a ninny. Share this on your Facebook. If you want, you don't have to share it. You can just repost our shares from Facebook because I post some of this stuff over on the Mass Stash of Insights Facebook page. So if you're a Facebooker, you could follow us there and reshare the posts. But the best to have you on would be the X platform. So make sure to follow me at Mass Stash over on X. Say hi, drop a comment on the post. Make sure to repost those posts so the posts get out. More posts be posting.
Somebody call a postie. Tell them we need all the posts.
Somebody call Post Malone. I need to make one. I don't know. Does it work like that? Is that how it works, folk? I don't get it. I go to Truth Social for my posts where they're called truths. I just make truths. They're not even called posts. This is pretty effing amazing, bro, when you got a president of the United States that makes a post that says, there is no need for Joe Biden to continue receiving access to classified information. Therefore, we are immediately revoking Joe Biden's security clearances and stopping his daily intelligence briefings. He set his precedent in 2021, actually. In 2021, he set this precedent when he instructed the intelligence community, the IC, to stop the 45th president of the United States. That's me, folks. I was 45th president. From accessing the details on national security, a courtesy provided to former presidents. Her report revealed that Biden suffers from poor memory and even in his prime could not be trusted with sensitive information, folks. This is absolutely crazy. So I will always protect our national security. Joe, you're fired. Make America great again. He straight up said, "You're fired, bro." That's hilarious.
Everybody was waiting for him to say it at least once during his presidency.
God bless. So he revoked security clearance for a whole bunch of people, but he just robbed Joe Biden's man. Bye.
Now all of a sudden, again, I can't comment. But I was trying to comment, quick sidetrack onto, haven't heard the mob ties for Trump, allegedly. Yeah, unfortunately, pretty much all of us at some point could be speculated we got dirt, but that's why forgiveness is a thing, because everybody gets, deceived by the devil at one point and pulled into doing bad stuff. Doesn't mean we're always bad in the end, but yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just kind of the American way. Sometimes you gotta get a little dirty to get some things done.
I love having people that are not a fan of Trump on the show because I don't understand. Because what dirt, bro? Everybody's got dirt on them. Trump ain't got no dirt, bro. You would know about it.
They're not saying they're a Biden fan. They're a Trump fan.
Oh yeah, I know. They just said not a Trump fan.
No.
Oh, he is a Trump fan.
Yes.
But like, how's he ain't got no dirt on him though, bruh. They would have ran that through the news already. That's the one where I talk with my moms all the time.
The mob's the mob, Maybe some mouths were actually tight. Maybe some mouths didn't leak out of them.
So he's just high level, bro, but he's public, like, bruh.
Maybe
if he had dirt, they'd be out, bro.
If the Jews have the mob, I would maybe say, okay, maybe a little bit into that, maybe. Since they're like, oh, he's with the Jews.
So on that one, I think we covered it last week. That rabbi guy, maybe we didn't.
I think it was last week. Yeah.
Yeah, the rabbi guy was saying, look out, Jewish people. Trump's just suckering us in because he's going to screw us over. Because then we were watching that Netanyahu one where he was like, yeah, by the way, we're going to go ahead and take over the Gaza Strip and we're going to put, I don't know, maybe hotels out of it. And he was kind of like, what the? So the Jewish guy was like, he's tricking us. So I was like, so much for that, like, he's in bed with the Jews and he's going to screw America over theory. Like,
we can pretty much go both ways down the path on this. Lots of points on either side, but so far evidence is still. And also the main comment that I couldn't comment in there, Rumble, come on, you got to protect us, because I was trying to say there's no suicidals here. None of us are clinically depressed. It is correct. So if there's an alleged thing that happened of us doing that, nope, wasn't us. Somebody else.
Speaking of clinical depression, we can't wait to get RFK Jr. in there, because I bet you if we do the things that he recommends, I think we'd probably have less clinical depression.
Right.
Good economy and good health, and hey, what do you know? People aren't sad anymore. God dang.
IPR jungle with the it's just Biden is shady towards the American people and not the government.
Yeah.
And Trump's are like, so if would you say the mob was for the people or the government back in the day? I would say the mob was more for the people. So, like mobs, we know they've killed people and they might be violent sometimes, but it was more for the betterment of either their clan or the people entirely, because that
was when it started getting bigger or something and grandiose. Right? I mean, the beginning of Mafia was almost like a good idea.
I feel like the whole money for protection wasn't always like a bad thing. They portrayed it as like, they were taking advantage of the people doing that in the movies and whatnot. But I bet a lot of them that was actually legit.
Right.
Like they actually were having to protect them because, as we know, America's media machine back then was very controlled. So the whole divisive thing of, different races and where you came from was a little stronger back then. And so people were willing to do some crazy things. So you do need a little protection, baby.
When you're in a big town, bro, and things are kind of crazy, you got white collar insurance. You got blue collar insurance,
At the end of the day, Italians look out for Italians, the Irish look out for the Irish, the blacks look out for the blacks, the Koreans look out for the Koreans, the Chinese look out for the Chinese.
I actually don't care what color you are. I'll take your money and I'll protect you.
Everybody wanted to protect their groups.
This one was pretty crazy.
Like we protect our friend groups.
One of the topics going on through the week, too, was apparently in South Africa, there's a whole group of people with very dark skin that are a political party, and they're saying kill this word, and this word, I can't remember, means white farmers. And so they're like, yeah, let's go murder all the white farmers.
Yeah, it's like popular and like that. Like they have their own version of like rapid hip hop down there, and it's like all talking about killing the farmers.
Yeah, like what the what?
And so
this man actually has a story where he literally was a white farmer that fled to America illegally to seek asylum, became legal. Now has a giant farm and produces an all yay America.
And you know what's an interesting point?
That's crazy.
I can't wait for it to further brew to see what Trump does and then see how Elon sticks with Trump, because people are like, Elon's in it for himself. He's trying to take over Trump, this and that.
Grandiose, right?
Well, where's Elon from?
Yeah.
South Africa.
Yep.
I was like, is he? I bet he's going to say Trump's doing the right thing, and that means he is good aligned with Trump, and he actually knows what's going on. He's not biased towards his people.
I mean, even if you are,
where
bro,
he came
like,
from.
That's the other one I think we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot, where we're like, we have to be not like them, and we gotta like, nah, bro. I think it's okay to be a little bit like them, because right now we need to like balance off things a little bit, bro. So we're gonna have to be a little bit biased. We're gonna have to be a little bit tough. We're gonna have to do a little bit of things and say, shut up, I'm fixing the thing right now. Like,
right, yeah.
Be a little bit more blunter, like they were, man.
Almost like how dads try to teach their children. Sometimes you got to be a little stern.
Right.
But in the end, you'll understand what it was for. Is it always the most perfect way to do things? Maybe not, but does it get done in the end? That's the main thing.
I forget who this woman was, but she's bitching about something, like trying to call out Elon or something like that. And it turns out she actually worked for USAID. And when she first went in, she was estimated to be valued at about $6 to $16 million. That's a broad spectrum there. But when she got out of USAID last year, she was incredibly worth $30 million. So, like, where the F does the money go, folks? But her salary was only $180,000. So, like, dude, it's all about who you know. She just, got a good job and started learning how to invest.
It's the non-Congress position of how to get paid lots of extra money above your salary. Get inside information, do some investments, multiply your money a whole lot.
$180K times 3 turns into $15 million. Like,
I was gonna say, it don't even make one. It doesn't even make 1 million.
My calculator is broken.
And I guarantee she ain't living in a place that rents $1,000 a month.
Top administrator.
So she had expenses on that as well. So you could have only pocketed, I bet, at most with her living $80,000 a year. Let's be crazy and say 120. She lived off 60, 120. Oh wow, that's not even $500,000.
She just knew the right stocks to pick because she made friends with Nancy or something.
Apparently.
Seems like a lot of money laundering going on to me, folks. Somebody's getting, a better shtick.
So Samantha Power wanted that power, and she abused some things. It sounds
fresh conspiracy theory in yesterday, I believe it was, earlier today. Josh Shapiro, I believe the governor of Pennsylvania, allegedly, a whistleblower came out and said that he is 100% in cahoots with the FBI in Pennsylvania, and they literally planned and colluded and conspiracied to allow the Butler assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life.
Water's a sizzling.
That's pretty epic. We're going to have to keep the eye on that one, folks. If anybody's got more tidbits on this one, make sure to share them over. Drop them in the comments of the video here or find us over here on the locals, man, because, bro, I hope this goes somewhere. And then Trump definitely said there's an investigation going on, so it's not like we just getting started, bro. It's not like that one's dead in the water or nothing, I don't think, but this is crazy. So this is just a whistleblower, so it could be some wacko shit, but, that's crazy, bro. if that guy colluded to allow the assassination of Donald Trump, bro, like that's pretty bonkers.
To prison you go.
It's crazy.
All right. More speed walking.
Yeah. Oh, the first Doge hearing is coming up on the 12th, so in 2 days here, folks. That's going to be pretty entertaining. $250 billion a year in the first 3 years of the Biden regime. Wasted.
Oh, while we're looking at that, quick sidetrack, quick speed walk. The website that has the live saving versus money in and whatnot. We should check the value this week.
That's all I got for this week. So we can pull up the, if you're not familiar with this is the USDebtClock.org. Yeah, USDebtClock.org. And then in the top left corner, you got Doge. We are up to 81 million?
No, billion.
No, that's a billion, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that one's the trillion number. We're at 81 billion. Amen. Is it still, it's going faster than the debt? They're close.
Last week it was a little faster. It's still hard to tell, but it's
cool.
faster.
It's
faster.
changing.
Yeah, it's faster. Yeah, remember, all you got to do is look at the last six.
The 100,000s?
Yeah.
Look at the 100,000.
Yeah, and it already surpassed it.
Right?
Yeah, already. It hasn't even hit the next 100,000. They already went through
it's
the
going
100,000.
way faster.
And Doge is they kicking butt. They doing work at Elon speed.
You know, and then you could look at it and be like, well, we'll never do it. It's like, bro, you got to start somewhere, man. This is what like an entrepreneur person or an intrapreneur person, some kind of a high achiever, bro.
By 4 years, we could hit the 7 trillion.
You think?
I mean, the way it's going, look, how long has it been going? And it's at 81 billion.
Which, yeah, dude.
Billions are a lot.
Bro?
I mean, not a lot when you consider how fast we write it off and send it to Ukraine.
Well, you need
and all that.
999 to make 1 trillion.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a month and we got 81 bill.
Yeah.
Times 12.
Yeah.
Say,
like, and it could speed up.
Like, let's just say 10.
I mean, I can't do
that's
the
only
actual
1
math
trillion. Let's just say it's 10 months. Then it'd be 800 billion.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then plus another 160 billion. So let's just say it's 1 trillion a year. So we'd be able to knock out 4 trill.
That's more than 50%. That's way more than anybody in the history has done so far.
4 out of 7's over 50%, bruh.
Because Trump pulled the first surplus in his last term, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
In a long time. And it was like, what was it, 2 trillion in surplus?
You're right.
And so that would technically be towards the surplus, I believe, if I'm thinking right. So he would double what he did the last time. Winning, so much winning.
You're going to be sick of the winning. And then I don't know if it would dwindle down because we're running out of things to cut and save money on, or we're going to have a little bit of...
I feel like...
We're going to stumble upon something that's
bigger
than
we're
USAID.
At the Parmesan on that spaghetti you were talking about, and we're just about to get in all the spaghetti, and it's really just going to open up.
Yeah. I don't know if it'd be easy to pull that picture up.
Our government, it's spaghetti. If you're Italy, your government's spaghetti, you know.
Damn, I'm like really hungry, man. We gotta stop talking about food.
For real.
I did not eat enough today, and I'm starving now. USAID government website unavailable as of today. Yeah, and then there was videos I didn't post.
Wow.
Oh,
look
yeah,
at
that was 9 days ago.
How much you want to bet their building's going to spontaneously combust tomorrow?
I didn't show the videos. It was like not worth sharing, right? But they literally went there and started plucking the letters off the effing wall and putting duct tape over the shit that they couldn't pluck. Like, they shut the building down, bro.
Yeah.
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 Like, we found enough to just be like,
hey,
no, you are done.
Hey, let's reference here. What happens when FBI raids a, say, drug house with a bunch of people there making the drugs? What happens? Oh, all the criminals start scurrying away and trying to get rid of that evidence.
They're roaching.
Oh, man, it seems oddly familiar looking right now. The roaches are trying to dismantle as much as they can, as quickly as they can.
You guessed it. Ukraine's on top. And then Ethiopia.
Man.
1,000 million. Jordan, Afghanistan, Somalia, DRC, Syria, Nigeria, Yemen, South Sudan. Yeah, I can't pull the map up. But that's all I got for you tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I hope it was informative. I hope you found some awareness. I hope you got something that you can share out to your friend, family, and the foes. Make sure to join that locals.com. Locals.mass-.com, 3 S's in a row, 4 in the whole word, because those are the treasure troves of receipts. You can go there and pull that up and show people shit and be like, see? And then they go like, but the other thing, or maybe they're, your friend and they're like, oh, cool. Thanks for being so informative. And you could be the informative one in the bunch, man. So definitely keep coming back to the Monday Night Truther Cast shows.
Yep.
Share that show.
Don't be hoes. Only some people like hoes, not everybody.
Double that viewership next week, folks, but that's all I got, man. You got anything else?
Eat your steaks. Eat a little bit of vegetables. I mean, just a little bit. But mostly meat. Eat your meat. Get big and strong.
Signup.toleratetech.com if you got a computer, love to help you out. And scalartoolbox.com if you, got a small business you want some help with. But that's all I got for you all tonight, folks. We got a 2. We got a 1. And then, we got that all right.
All right.
Oh.